Good morning, Sassy Fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today's check-in is for the situation. That is a 4-card baseline, and I clarify throughout, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a tarot reading that centers around a situation and what you might be doing about it, yeah? And like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. You guys, do let me know how your winter weekend has gone. Ours was, I must say, quite fabulous. So for about 2 days, fireplace on. Right? And yours truly, snuggled up on the couch with a fantastic book and a fantastic cup of coffee in the morning. And then when we switched to the evening hours, pretty much the same thing, except now it's wine. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Like I said, our winter weekend, just fabulous. Of course, my daughter, Cinnamon, they were enjoying the snow. The whole neighborhood was. We are accustomed to ice where I am. Here in the south because we live in the hill country. So ice is actually pretty normal for our winter season. So it was quite refreshing to get snow as well. But yeah, the whole neighborhood, since nobody was driving, had become just gentle hills and slopes for everybody. So the kids, the adults, everybody, we got out the cardboard. Doing some gentle sledding. It was great. Actually, the whole neighborhood was alive, and it was really fun. And everybody was all bundled up, and they had their hot cocoa and, their makeshift cardboard slides, and just we're surrounded by gentle slopes everywhere. So it was really nice, actually, to hear all the laughter and the fun, and it was great. It was a great 2 days. I had no complaints. It was the break I didn't know I needed, honey. But I know that for many of you, it's still ongoing, I understand, and I very much appreciate that. I have people in Maine and Wisconsin, and I have visited, of course, during the heavy snowfalls, and it is breathtaking and frightening when it's really real, when the snowfall is really real, and you open that door and the reality hits you that you're greeted with a wall of snow. Yeah, it shifts from the kind of majestic beauty of nature to borderline panic. So I get it. I appreciate it. And I can understand where some of you are probably a little pent up. Hopefully you have moments where you can enjoy it. What else? What is going on? Oh, I'll be using a new deck today. Love this. I've been working with it for a couple of days. It's lovely. It's light. It's simple. It's fantastic and well illustrated. That is Tarot of Traditions. Very nice deck. Very easy to use. It flies fast, which I appreciate. Okay. We'll be using that today. And any notes? Actually, today. Yes, today. Yay. It is the full moon in Leo. Well, I say today, but depending on where you are in the world within this 24-hour cycle. Okay. But yeah, the full moon in Leo, a.k.a. the cold. No, I apologize. Snow moon. It's the snow moon. But also the full moon in Leo today. Before I forget, I got asked so many questions about a t-shirt I wore recently for a round of shorts about last week. It was the t-shirt that had the Choose Your Own Adventure screen print on it. A lot of you recognized it because, like me, you grew up with the Choose Your Own Adventure books. I know, it's very nostalgic, right? And that's exactly what I thought when I purchased it. And I need to wear it more often. That's a great t-shirt. I purchased that from my local indie bookstore. I've been going there forever. This is Book People. Not that they need my help, but I like to recommend those businesses, those nonprofits that clearly help develop your local community. This place absolutely does that. I adore this bookstore. Been going there since the 90s. So that's where I found it. However, if it's not on their online store, then you can find it over here. It's called Out of Print. It's really cool. If you are a book nerd, you can spend some time geeking out on this website. But I love Out of Print. As you'll see for yourself, they do really cool things. Many of you, like me, you grew up with those books or the little golden books. And I remember distinctly thinking as a kid, it might have been the unicorn story for all I know, but definitely reading one of the Choose Your Own Adventure books and thinking, man, it must be the coolest thing to be a writer. That was the inroad. That was the start for me. That's when my page of wands for writing was ignited. All right, you guys. Like always, I hope that you are doing well. Nay, I hope that you are doing fabulous. I will see you for your reading next week, which is Past, Present, and Future. A channel favorite, mine too. And I will see you at your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, you're up first. Show me Leo, please. Show me Leo. The situation, Eight of Cups. How you feel about that? Nine of Wands. Okay. To consider, you, strength. Outcome is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Do you know what that immediately reminded me of? The Ace of Base song, Don't Turn Around. I'll learn to live without you. Just don't turn around. Okay. Situation, walk. I don't know that was you. How you feel about it? Nine of Wands. I think you're mad. I think you're angry. I think you're pissed off. It's like, well, you go on and walk then. I think you're looking at someone walk or emotionally detached. Okay. Someone was there, and now there's a void for where they used to be. You know they're walking, leaving, or becoming more of a ghost. And you're angry. You're defensive. It's like, well, you go on and go then. Strength to consider you. You're stronger than this situation. You're stronger than them. Ten of Pentacles, the outcome. Don't worry about it, babe. You got it. You got the foundation. That's your domain. That's your realm. That's your empire. You have a lot to sustain you. You have a lot that you're responsible for. Trust me. Stability is yours at the end of the day. Okay? If anything, you might thrive more than ever. Perhaps in their absence. You don't really realize how much people weigh you down until they're gone. You know. But that doesn't mean it doesn't piss you off first. Let's see the Eight of Cups, please. The Emperor, the Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. Yeah, somebody's going, I split, arrivederci. You know what? And then I see you kind of saying, yeah, whatever's in your best interest. I know how you really felt ran deeper than that. It's just your outward countenance suggests that you were calm, cool, level-headed. Okay. That's it. Okay. You do what you got to do. You go ahead and walk. I'll be over here. That's fine. Yeah. The Emperor, Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. I think you showed a lot of commanding authority here. Kept yourself in check. Refused to show emotion. I'm sure you were very perfunctory. Okay. You said what you needed to say. And encouraged the exit. Yeah, maybe encouraged, but you acknowledged it very firmly and very formally. It's like, okay, if that's where you need to be, you can go on then. Who am I to stop you? Okay? No, I don't think it was you. I don't see that Emperor exiting their throne. But I do think you saw someone walk away from your court. How do you feel about it? You mad. Nine of Wands. But also, you put a wall up. Now, if you're crying, I don't know. It's almost like you're making a point to not show me your emotions outside of anger. Controlled anger. Very controlled. Poker face. Page of Cups. Three of Cups. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. It hurts on the inside. That's why you're angry. Five of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Page of Cups. Well, I won't bother trying to keep this together anymore. Don't you dare ask me. ever again to try. It's like this, whatever this is broken. 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. It's abandoned. It's abandoned. It's almost like you're showing me what you start, I will finish. And that's probably perhaps very much your attitude. And it makes sense. You know, you go ahead, start it. I'll finish it. I'll make sure we never connect again. Don't even think about asking to reconnect or that you will ever be allowed back in. You abandoned me? No, I abandoned you. You break from this connectivity? No, I break from you too. Oh yeah, it hurts. It hurts on the inside. But your determination to not show that hurt is quite high. And then your resolve to never connect to this again. I get you. They were fading out like a ghost, honey. I don't know what else to say. Their energy was becoming increasingly transparent. You could see through it. I think you just, like I said, finished what they started and finalized it and made sure it was understood. Strength. That to consider you, your power card. If you are new to tarot, some folks are. You might be surprised. That is your power card. Strength. Okay. Let me know if you're new. It happens. I'm not just new to this channel, but new to tarot. It happens more than you might think. Death. 8 of Wands. 10 of Swords. That's it. That's it. You're done. You're done. I'm glad that you have that wall up. Your instinct wasn't wrong to prevent any future occurrences for connecting or reconnecting. Eventually they will reach out, whoever this is. I don't know that it's a love situation. That's entirely up to you. I didn't see anything that was too indicative of anything deeply romantic or passionate, etc. That's not to say that wasn't there. How you are dealing with this is like someone who you can't wait to be rid of. And that whole energy became the case for you, like I said, when they themselves started to disappear more and more, or just said, I'm out of here, or they stopped showing. And then you matched them. Okay, you matched them. I would even say checkmate. You don't want to be here? No problem. You're not allowed. So I'm glad that you have that in place. Just please be aware at some point there will be a transformation of communication about the pain and the ending. It could be for any reason, from wanting a deeper sense of closure. I say that because people often use closure as context for reaching out. That doesn't mean it's correct. It's usually just an excuse. Closure is what we provide for ourselves, not other people. And I will always take that stance 1,000 times over. You can't talk me out of it. I've seen too much. I've done too much. Given people too much advice over the years. Closure will always be with the self. So just don't be surprised if someone contacts you. We had a reversal here of our communication or language, and we want to see if there's a rebirth here, if there's an opportunity to reignite the lines of communication. Be strong. And, that to consider. Reinforce the ending. Don't participate. Don't return it. This is under the advice category. You don't have to take the advice. It's up to you. There's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You might respond. But for the most part, I see you being strong and reinforcing the ending. No communication at all. No allowances either. Okay? It's up to you. 10 of Pentacles. But yeah, despite that very, very, very painful ending, I see someone trying to turn the words around. No. No. I believe your response is reinforcement of no contact at that point. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. That's up to you. I would, of course, encourage more healing for you at this point. You have a plan and you're sticking to it. Bless you for that. But I would very much, obviously, encourage you to have more healing, though, for yourself personally. Okay. All right, Page of Pentacles, Four of Swords, the Fool. Beautiful. I want you to take some time off, if that's possible. I understand running and maintaining a Ten of Pentacles is not easy. I know. I know you've got Leo's world in there. I got it. But if you can, the outcome, as I see it for you, is that you invest in some good healing. And just as I was recommending it, some time off. The Four Swords, the Fool. A little bit for you here is going to go a long way. It's going to refresh your spirit. You're going to feel almost giddy, maybe reborn again. As a healthy Fool right there. Very healthy. So, a little bit of some time off. Okay, some healing, reflection, and insight about this whole situation is going to do you a world of good, honey. A world of good. I promise you this. I want you to take that time. I see that you are someone who's used to being in charge. I see that you are that person who you will resolve situations, no matter how difficult, and take things on the chin, and you'll lock your emotions up on the inside. And that's why I always say for people like you, first and foremost, your line of defense after the smoke clears is healing. Okay? You don't need anyone's permission. It's something that you can do for yourself on your own time, but you need to make the time for it, make the space. And so I'm glad to see that you're doing that. Okay? So I don't know who this is to you. It has a kind of weak spirit feeling with it. Someone who just could not exist in the world as you do. Someone who could not stand next to you as you do. Who cannot do as you do. So I don't know if it was a love context, honey. But I felt the weakness of the spirit of the passivity or the non-willingness to try, and they started to fade. Like wallpaper, they just started to fade until they were gone. And then you said, okay, well, I'll make it official then. It's like, I'll never connect to that again. But I promise you, something to consider. You're going to need to be strong at some point. There will be a revision or circling back to or 180 on the communication. You knew they would do this. You knew. There's a weakness there. It's weakness that allowed them to fade from the situation already. And it's going to be that same weakness of spirit that's going to make them want to contact you again. They don't know how to stand next to their convictions, and I think a part of you somewhere knew that. Point is, it's not that you're punishing them. It's just that you don't need that in your life. You're the opposite of that. And you can't continue to support or be a support person for someone who isn't quite sure about their own life, what they're feeling and thinking. They can't stand next to their own decisions. That's why I see you reinforcing theirs. You know they're not going to be strong in the end. They're going to have a try to reversal of words, and that's when you will need strength. And I see you, frankly, honoring the no contact. Now, once more, that's your choice, okay? It's also your advice. But this is beautiful. I hope you heed that. A little bit of resting for you is going to do wonders, honey. Okay. Okay. These shouldn't be too long, but I took a little extra time with yours. Just wanted you to understand that I understand. I understand. Yeah, I do. Cycle's complete. This is your time to change. And there's two. There's two. You're kind of being a firm parent in your own way by saying, no, you made this choice. Now you stick to it. I'm doing what's right for me now in the absence of you. Okay? And here's how you can do the same. Model this kind of behavior. Once you make these kind of big boy, big girl decisions, stick to them. I completely agree. When someone gives you a kind of weak, passive delivery like that, I gotta go, I can't be here, believe them. Don't allow that same weakness back into your life because it will just perpetuate. It's like, no. You did what you did. You get to own that now. You're a big boy, you're a big girl. Stand by your decision, because I am. Okay. Renewal spark, and that's for you. I don't see that with them, no. But please expect that communication in that interest. But this is really for you, that renewal of spirit. Okay, when you take that time off to rest. We have the letters L, F, S, P, 2 L's. Yes, 2 L's and a C. We have the medallion of Libra, so you got some very strong Libra in your chart. Could be connecting to the season, might be important to you. And then we have the key. Yes, do remember that you have the key. In any given situation, you have the key. Okay? That means you can close doors and open them. Okay? Lock and unlock doors. You have the key. Remember that. We have the envelope in reverse. No contact, no communication. I see you enforcing it. They will eventually try to break their own word. Who knows why, honey? Like, my first thought is closure / guilt, maybe, and also possibly to try to get this thing back together. That's why your instinct is to block it. I just know. You just knew. You knew they were going to try to make contact again. You knew they were going to try to make this half-hearted attempt to reconnect. You went, no. What you start, I will finish. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? What's going on? Show me Sagittarius, please. Show me Saggy. Okay, the situation, Wheel of Fortune. What's up? How do you feel about it? Justice, cool. All right, that to consider. Your truth. Ace of Swords. Outcome, the Chariot, moving it forward. Very good. Wheel of Fortune is the situation. Time has caught up to you, and something's being delivered to you via not just timing, but a sense of justice. Balance. Correctness. Karma. Something is leveling itself. Now. Okay, and you are showing me this is correct. As you understand the situation, you're saying it's correct, okay? So something to consider, your core truth. The situation as you see it, you experience it now. Correctness, okay? I'm curious to see what you understand to be true and or correct. It might be a hard truth, but it's the truth, okay? The Chariot outcome, moving forward. Well done. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Let's see that Wheel of Fortune, please. Five of Cups, of the past, the world, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, you're understanding how the past has played its part. That's catching up to you now on the Wheel of Fortune. It's more of a sensation or an emotional realization that there was a painful situation in the past. You understand now why it had to close out. Like, you get it. You're saying, I get it. In the past, it didn't make sense to you. In fact, it was very painful, and you didn't see the point of the pain. Like, what was this about? Nothing should have to hurt this bad. And it was a closing. A closing of some type of world that ended for you. A door that closed. And you didn't understand why. Why? Time, fast forward, has caught up to you. Now you understand why. Whatever that is that closed out puts you in a position of stability. Okay. A Ten of Pentacles. A way of life, a foundation, empire. If this hadn't closed out, this couldn't exist. That has caught up to you now. Okay? It's not just your personal home, career, and finances. It's all those things plus your connections, your network, your resources, your community. It's vast. And by implication, not just personal wealth, but stability of those things. Whatever it is that closed out in the past, it had to. It must have been unstable. And likely in your best interest that you closed it out, even though it hurt. Or perhaps it was closed out on you. I don't know about the world and the mechanics of it. I just know that you experienced it. And I see what it led up to. It's a whole way of life that could not have happened without that closing out. The thing is that Tarot Lady's not telling you. You see that for yourself now. That's why I'm saying it here. I'm just giving you confirmation at this point. There is no new news. This has already occurred to you. Okay? So it's going to be one of those old painful cycles, yes. But without it, I couldn't find you where I find you today. Okay? That door closing led to other doors opening. Justice, how you feel about it? You're even saying, yeah, it's correct. I see that now. Hindsight is 20/20. I know. At the time, hindsight's a bitch too, but it's also 2020. You're saying it makes sense, it adds up. Okay, like you added up that old receipt and you're saying, I get it now. That happened for a reason. And who knows, guys, you can play the what if game here. But yeah, if I were to put money on that, if you had kept that old cycle open, you wouldn't have this Ten of Pentacles. Justice is justice, fair is fair. You can say karma too. Karma is neutral in nature. It's just what kind of karma are you landing yourself with, the good kind or the not so good kind. But regardless, it's what you deserve. So that's why it's technically neutral. Karma is karma. And you're saying, I get it now. I get how that bill added up. I get it. Page of Wands, the Magician, Ace of Cups. Yeah. You're flourishing now, and it also seems FYI as part of your justice package, as I sometimes refer to it. And I say justice package. That's a term I came up with when I started seeing the combination of the Wheel of Fortune and justice more and more and more. So it's like, okay, here we go. Karma is catching up to us after all these, who knows, months, seasons, years for many of you. And it's like your justice package now includes not just stability, but also PS the possibility of new love entering soon, shortly. Okay. So again, guys, at the time, these cycles, they're painful and they drop us to the floor. They drop us to our knees, crying, begging the universe, trying to compromise ourselves and bargain and reason and all this other shit. It's grief. It's all grief. But we're humans. We're short-sighted. Okay. We can't see ourselves 5-10 years from now. All we can see is our grief, and we want the grief to go away. But so many years pass, and you understand without any sort of doubt at all that if that hadn't closed out, I wouldn't have this, and I wouldn't have this coming towards me either. So if at any point in your time, for the side I'm looking at, you manifested stability, and you managed for yourself true healthy love, that means this had to close out. Because it wasn't stable and it wasn't healthy love. See? And this is justice. But you also had to make the actions happen for justice to align to that. So again, karma. You got some good karma points then. Okay, that to consider, your truth, Ace of Swords. Oh, those Ace of Swords, honey. Forged in very strong fires. That's why I call them hard truths. They have a tendency to knock us around, but at the end of the day, they're correct. Ace of Swords, that to consider, your truth. Two of Swords, confusion. Knight of Swords. Oh, you're not confused about any of this. Good. Go forth. Be happy. Be in love. Live that stable, peaceful life. You have no confusion. You're saying you know exactly what this is. Yeah, good. You've done your homework. Gold Star Sag. A star student today, and you're just the second one in. Well done. That means you know. You're not... Well, frankly, you're not ignorant about these spiritual matters. You've done your homework. You get it. You didn't get it back then, but you get it now. I know you do. This is just one big confirmation reading for you today. And you're smiling because it's either your truth or it's not. People who do the homework, they get the spiritual math here. I allow this to close out. In fact, I insist upon it. It's not good for me emotionally. It's not good for me in terms of my 3D stability. I gotta let it go. I don't want to. I hate it. It didn't stop me from bargaining or begging or pleading, but I still did it. And this is what I deserve. So you have no confusion in your truth to consider at all. Continue to act accordingly. You're not confused. Live your life with an open heart. You're safe, you're secure, you know what you're doing. I'm telling you, all I can tell you about this, honey, is that this is the cup that you deserve. It's what you were denied over here. It's not coming from the past. This is a fresh one. I'm saying this is the one you deserve, not the one you let go of. If this was meant to be in your life, it would have been in your life. Okay. The Chariot. Moving it forward. You might have some very strong water in your chart, particularly Scorpio and Cancer. Nine of Swords, the Star, that's okay. Eight of Wands. Yeah, okay. You're nervous, but you're proceeding. Good. With your dreams, your goals, and your desires, but you're a little nervous. That's all right. Those big feelings, those big ideas will do that to you. That just means it's real for you, and that you have that opportunity at all. I'm just glad to see you're not giving into any fears of your mind, because this is what you deserve, so I want you to allow yourself to go towards it. All right? That means you cannot, deny yourself. You cannot suffer from imposter syndrome. You have to say, this is mine, I'm going towards it. And I believe you are. The Chariot, the Star, the Eight of Wands. In fact, I see you actively communicating your dreams. This is what I'm trying to do. And I'm not stopping. Something I say all the time. I don't make stops. Does it mean I'm not sweating it? Hold yourself responsible for your dreams. You're going to have some night sweats. Anxiety. But when you are the master of your own destiny here, nothing beats that sensation. Nine of Swords can't really take over if you don't allow it. This is what you're due. You know your truth. You don't contradict it. You don't question it anymore. Go. Don't look back. And you're like, well, who am I talking to? It's in accordance to your dreams and your desires, which I saw here. Okay? And something to do already with a note of stability that's attached to you. Once more, it was immediately, this Ten of Pentacles is on the other side of that world. So that's old, emotional disappointment, sadness. Caught up to you, fast forward. Having closed that, you see what was on the other side of it. A way of life, growth and stability that this could not give you, including its emotional self. That part, that piece is getting picked up. So that star then is a representation of how you're moving forward in your desires. In talking with, I believe, your new heart's desire. And how you continue to live your dreams over here as well. Okay? But yeah, that to consider. Know your truth. Don't accept anything less than your truth. That's it. Don't undermine your own goals and your own manifestation. And honor those cycles that you close out and that you open. Seeds, spring, some of you. You're planting your seeds now for a new spring, or those seeds of new love are being planted right now for spring, which is right around the corner. Well, at least if you live in the northern hemisphere, it is. Yeah. You got the stability you need. Now it's time for the love component soon enough. You had a dark night of the soul, confusion. You understand now that whatever this was is a dark night of the soul, something that you had to come to terms with yourself. That whatever here was lost was an illusion. Some of you, Sagittarius, might be your Neptune placement. Doesn't have to be. But yeah, rose-colored glasses. I think some of you felt that you were deeply in love with this, and perhaps you were. But there's no confusion about how it ended up, why, and what wasn't returned to you. Okay. Honey, if it was the cup you needed, it would have stayed. I wouldn't be saying this. If it was the right love for you, it would have made itself known, and it wouldn't exist in a space of regret for you. Okay. There's no more confusion about that. That's what you had to come to terms with. Oh yeah, if it loved me back appropriately, I wouldn't be closing the door on it. If it loved me at all. So I have no doubt you loved it. No more confusion or delusion about how it was returned. Or that it was returned at all. No. And that's when stability started to kick in for you. But now it's the love piece. Coming in soon. Oh, so many. Okay. Sorry. All right. We have ROJSIEKWN. And why am I dying that of Gemini? That's either your previous person or your upcoming. I just know. I usually say typically you probably have that placement in your chart. You might do. In which case, check out Geminis. I haven't done theirs yet, but we're getting there. But I strongly suspect a person either was or is upcoming Gemini. FYI. And then the season might be important, but that's early. No, yeah, that's early summer, late spring. Late spring, Gemini. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aries, please. Show me Aries. The situation, Seven of Swords. How do you feel about that? Two of Cups. Okay. All right, what to consider? The Knight of Pentacles. Outcome is the Page of Cups. Okay. There's a situation here where you're showing me shadows or doubts, possibly insecurities, hesitations, uncertainties, Seven of Swords. I don't know. Okay. Pretty normal. Well, most people experience the Seven of Swords from time to time. For some people, it's day to day. Okay. Do keep in mind they're the little white lies we tell ourselves. All right. It's the beginning whispers that can influence our output or our behaviors. Okay. So be careful about those doubts that you listen to. Some are reasonable, some are unreasonable. How do you feel? Two of Cups. That there's a bond there. Some sort of emotional bond. Two of Cups. Could be a deep bond for deep cups or kind of shallow. I don't quite know. But it's some sort of emotional relationship. To consider, Knight of Pentacles. Take your time. Moving slow. Okay. Take it easy. No need to rush. Page of Cups is in the outcome. Yeah, some of you will choose to continue to keep your heart open towards this. All right. Seven of Swords. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying that's what's here for you. So it either resonates or it doesn't. It's a choice to keep one's heart open. It's a choice to take things slow. All right? You don't have to. Some of you will, some of you won't. Seven of Swords. Let's try that one more time because that was such a dissatisfying shuffle. And I don't know about you, but I don't care for dissatisfying shuffles. Better. Okay. Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Okay. You're showing me this is where I get caught. Confidence, Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. You are doing your best to honor your best thoughts, your stronger thoughts, your more aligned thoughts, and not give in to the very fear that we were talking about, the shadows of the mind. Okay? You're trying so hard not to listen to that. Everybody has reasonable fears, like I said, reasonable doubts. Okay? You're doing your best not to listen to them. All right? You definitely want to approach this or be part of it. Where you get caught is that sense of confidence. I want to have confidence in this. I don't want to doubt myself. I don't want to doubt my actions. I don't want to doubt my thoughts. I just need to know that this is coming from a good place in me, and I just need to know that, well, that I can believe in myself. Okay? Because I want to believe in myself. If I'm going to approach this, if I'm going to be part of this, I want to believe in myself more. That's all. So I see you actively trying to encourage your stronger thoughts and work with that. Good. Good. Work with what you have, not with what you don't, right? So don't feed the shadows, don't feed the doubts, don't feed the weakness. Feed your strengths. What is it that you have to work with? Okay, what do you know to be true about you in this situation? There you go. All right. How do you feel? Two of Cups. You feel that there's something between you two, that there's good emotions to work with. Okay? Maybe you may even be, you may even be on the same page. Nine of Pentacles, the Fool. The Hermit, you got this, baby. You got this. You got this. Love that spirit there. Love it. Love it. I don't know if I've told you. It's been a while since I've told you this. Everybody knows your power card is the Emperor, number 4. You have a secondary one in my mind, and that's the Fool. Okay? The timeline in tarot revolves around the zodiac wheel. Okay. Technically, Aries starts the year. You start the zodiac wheel. 0. Starting point, the freshness of the Fool. And you balance it out with the wisdom and the controlled energy of the Emperor. But yeah, there's that lightness in you. Your willingness to try. And just open up, take a risk. And I see you balancing that with the wisdom of the Hermit, 9 of Pentacles. You are a grounded person. You really are. You're grounded, you're experienced. But I'm glad to see that you're coaxing out that trusted side in you, to be playful, to be light. Okay. It's almost like that young, playful Aries. Balanced out with your more experienced self. Tempered too. Trust in who you are. Okay? But yeah, I see you wanting to open up to this. To consider, Knight of Pentacles, and this has already occurred to you. Take it slow. Take it slow. Knight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 3 of Swords. Okay. Take it slow. I can see that a part of you is lingering in a space of fear. It's not absolute. It's just fear of being hurt. And that's pretty normal. Particularly where your commitment side is involved with a Hierophant. You have some Taurus in your chart. If you're Aries, there's a good chance that you do. But yeah. Your higher self knows what it is to hurt. Your higher self knows what it is to have heartbreak. And it's made you a little hesitant around taking actions. Okay. That's why the advice is to go slow. You don't have to rush into anything. You got the goods. Trust in that. Have faith in that. Like I was telling you over here. All right? The 7 of Swords, the reason you opened with that is because of this right here. You experienced this once, a couple times. Yeah. You're going to have doubts. It's going to try to talk you out of things. Once you know what it's like to be hurt at that scale, well, you don't just unforget it now, do you? No. Especially if your higher self got hurt, you know. So go slow. You know that. But speak well for yourself, Knight of Swords. Make sure your thoughts and actions are clear. Okay? Page of Cups. Outcome. Opening up. Continue to open up to this. If it feels right, if it feels good, and if it's reciprocated. Okay? Seven of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Empress. Yeah. We like talking to this person. I actually see a response from them. They communicate with you quite well. They're a little guarded in their response. I think they're just showing me the enforcements of standards and how they communicate with you. Okay. But they are talking to you. But they're a little cautious too. Yeah. They're a little cautious too. You are. They are. Okay? So yeah, I see a careful dialogue being returned to you. It's well crafted. They're very articulate with their words, but also sincere with the Empress. Okay? So you're a little gun shy, so are they. You've got standards, so do they. You're trying to execute your own sense of standards, so are they. So far, you two are matched. Okay? But yes, I like how you're opening up here. Because you're worth it, and you should know that you're worth it. I hope you know that. You have reasonable doubts, but you're not giving in to them. Good job. And you have reason. You do. The Three of Swords attached to the Hierophant is no small thing. So I'm glad to see that you're overcoming that. You have a good balance. You have a good balance of that fresh, youthful spirit, but coupled up with someone who knows better. You strongly suspect that you two might have a similar cup, or that you might end up on the same page, and I think you're right. I have a case of quality trying to meet quality. I like it. I hope you do too. But yeah, no, that communication was from them. I saw it right away. I was like, oh yeah, they're cautious with their words too. Take it slow. But make sure your thoughts and actions are succinct or clear. Okay? Yeah, them too. So it's a little formal to start. That's fine. We have to learn how to talk to each other after all. The truth, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Make sure your thoughts are clear and concise. It starts out a little bit to the point, and that's okay. I see what's behind it. I see the spirit behind it. They will too. Okay? All right. Oh, there's an apology in there. Not quite sure why or what the context is. Okay. I don't know. I'm not saying you have to. But sure, a minor interpretation of the Page of Cups is why I very rarely use it, because it is minor. But yes, the Page of Cups can be an apology. Sure, most certainly. Absolutely. Usually a little guy, because it's often hard for people to apologize. But when it's done, it doesn't make it any less sincere. Okay? So, there's that. Yeah, there might be an apology on the line. All right. Spiritual awakening, one or both sides. Okay, sure. We have letters L, J, E. Lots of medallions here today. Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Pisces, and Taurus. Yeah. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, and the seasons might be important to you. After all, we are in Aquarius season, and we'll be in Pisces season before you know it. So yeah, the timing is now. But yeah, we also have a big dollar bill. Some of you might be, financially secure, successful, them, you, or the both of you, or more that Earthian energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. And happy birthday. Show me. Aquarius, please. The situation, the world. Opening or closing, what we're doing. How you feel about it. Queen of Cups. Okay. To consider. Death. All right. Outcome. 9 of Wands. I think you want this to close out, but I also see you having to enforce it. So the situation is the world, as I say, okay, we're opening up, we're closing off, what we're doing. The world in this position could be either. You're like closing off. Actually, I feel pretty good about that. In my heart, I feel like it's the right thing to do. To consider death, the ending, transformation. Outcome is 9 of Wands. I see you enforcing it, I believe. So it's an uncomfortable closing. In other words, it's not easily done. Sometimes a door can close very easily, and for most people they find it was a willing participant of a door. The hinges were greased with WD-40, okay. And other doors, you want to close them, but you're met with resistance, like the hinges are rusted. And that's typically why I would see somebody take a defensive stance, okay? That means you're trying to close the door, but the situation or person on the other side is fighting back a little bit. Let's talk about it. Let's see that world, please. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Yep, you feel pretty confident that something here is finito. I mean finito. Done. Aquarius says D-O-N-E. Done. Aquarius approved. Okay. And you do. You're like, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. So I don't know what you're looking at, but it's done so with a space of confidence. Like, I'm looking at the situation. I'm confident of closing it out. It's a pain in my ass. Okay, so it's really, the way you lay it out, you're like, yeah, I feel pretty confident about this. So you're, on the surface here, you're making it look like a simple decision. No problem. Okay? Like, I know what's up. I know what the score is. I know what the deal is. Done. Like I said, D-O-N-E. How do you feel about it? Relatively good? Or at least in your heart, it's the right thing to do. Okay? Queen of Cups, where you have a feeling. Okay? That it's the right thing to do, even if it hurts. All right? Page of Swords, the Fool. 5 of... there's the resistance. That's it. Oh, I called it. It's the only time I see blockage at the end of a cycle is if you're having to defend your position. That sucks. So yeah, whatever door it is you're trying to close, even though it's done so with confidence, the hinges are rusty. It means there's somebody on the other side of that door trying to keep it open. Okay. So you're like, look, it sucks. I'm not happy about it, but this is a painful situation. 2 + 2. Need I say more? That's Aquarius' point of view. Very cool, very you. Just, it's done. But whatever is fighting back is trying to appeal to your heart space, your emotion. So I don't know what this is. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Anything or anyone that's in opposition to this cycling out is trying to appeal to your heart space right now. Page of Swords, the Fool, 5 of Wands. It's almost like they're trying to surprise you with an appearance. A situation's popping up as a positive, but it immediately fights you. So no. Surprise, I just thought I'd show up real quick and change your mind. That's one way to do it. It's almost spontaneous. It's kind of spontaneous. They didn't put much thought into it with the Page of Swords. They did something foolish, took a risk in trying to change your mind and appeal to your emotional side. It works for like 5 seconds. Okay? At first, it's a nice surprise. Oh, okay. Oh. And then it turned into negative. Oh. Okay. So... here's the thing. If it hadn't been so demanding right after that spontaneous moment, you might have had a different outcome, but something about it became demanding very, very quickly. So it wasn't really thinking about you, it was thinking about itself, and that suggests it's a little more selfish. Like, if I don't give Aquarius any time to think and I'm just spontaneous and show up positively with a smile on my face, they'll immediately change their mind, and that wasn't the case. Something like that. But no, unfortunately, this is very impulsive, very foolish, and what started out with a smile turned into like they just wanted you to make a very quick agreement or something like that. And I don't know about you, but I've been in situations like that, and it automatically just, like you, reinforces my decision. No. If anything, you just proved my point today. Okay. Death to consider. Okay. Yeah, you're not trying to play today, and for a second there, they did appeal to your softer side. Okay. But it was ass backwards, foot in the mouth kind of moment. Knights of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the Four of Cups. I'm sorry, but your decision stands, and you understand how much you're being very direct with this. I can see why they appealed to your emotional side. As far as from their point of view, they're part of the inner circle, or they're supposed to be. What is the inner circle? Ten of Cups, family, friends. That can include spouses, kids, lovers. That's up to you. Your Ten of Cups is your Ten of Cups. These are the people who are supposed to show up in our lives via emotional love, support, gratitude, grace. Okay, they complete the picture that is our life, right? It's not really about our networks and connections at this point. It's who we hold dear at the emotional level. So that could be anybody. So from their point of view, they're feeling excluded. This is what exclusion looks like. You're excluding me. And something to consider for you, yes, you would be excluding them from your inner circle. That means it could potentially affect more than just one relationship in the inner circle. So it's like if Aquarius is cutting them out, maybe we all should. Some other folks might follow suit. But the point is that, yes, by doing this, by you're turning your back on them, you're excluding them from the inner circle in some way. So at this point, you need to understand something here with death. It could change multiple relationships within that inner circle. So think about that. And if you're willing to proceed, then proceed. Just please understand, like say, for instance, I don't know. Say, for instance, this is Cousin Billy. Cousin Billy been fucking up for a long time, owes everybody money, got problems. And you're like, I'm done with Cousin Billy. Please understand that you might be done with Cousin Billy, but Aunt Millie, well, maybe Aunt Millie still has an open door for Cousin Billy. See what I'm saying? That's Aunt Millie's choice, not yours. Something to take into consideration. And are you able to deal with those particular consequences? Because it will alter the inner circle transformation. I've had to do it. It sucks, guys. But it's kind of like saying, my refusal to talk to this person is my choice. That's the relationship I have with them. You have a relationship with them, that's your own. That is your own. But do not contact me looking to influence with them. That's not going to happen. Okay? Not going to happen. Don't ask me about them. Don't try to change my mind on it. That's my decision. They know why. And out of some sense of dignity for that person, I'll refuse to talk about it. But let me tell you something. If it got that far, that usually means something's that bad. And other family members will pick up on it. Okay? So yeah, it can change the dynamic in a large-scale way. So something to think about. That shouldn't stop you. If your full disconnect from them is correct, then it's correct. It's not for anyone to argue, including the Tarot Lady on YouTube. Okay. 9 of Wands. I see you're having to defend it. You might be getting some heat, given what I've just seen, not just from them, but from other folks in the dynamic as well. Okay. 9 of Wands. Yeah, decisions like this are not made lightly. I am guessing there's some serious reasons why you are cutting this person out, at least from your side of the inner circle. Okay, strength, yes, 7 of Pentacles and the Knights of Wands. I want you to continue on in your path. Strength, don't you worry. Things will smooth out in time or go back to a space of normalcy in time. On the upfront, I see you defending your decision, but also maintaining your own path. In other words, you're maintaining your business or your side of the fence. Okay? It's going to take you strength of will to do this, but your energy rises once more, going back into a space of normalcy. Things that you are convinced will go back to normal. For now, there is defensiveness. Yes. For now, there is deflection. And for now, I see you enforcing that cycle. Okay? It's what you say you need to do. And I have to say, given the results, it doesn't look like you're wrong. You wanted to feel better and less impeded on your pathway. It required you excluding this person. Okay. They must have been getting in the way. regarding your path in one reason or another. But it's all right. It's all right. It looks like things calm down for you and get a lot smoother. All right? Yeah. No. It's never for anything trivial, right? The outsider looking in is like, well, what'd they do? Like, not show up to your birthday party? No, dumbass. It's for, sorry, I don't understand that. It's like, have you not lived much life that you've never had those big occurrences that made you have big decisions before about cutting people out? Yeah, that's what happened here today. So the only difference between you and what I typically see is that you didn't point out what it was. I just know it was large enough that you had to do the thing. And they were foolish enough to have a spontaneous moment. Hey, Aquarius, I'm glad I caught you. Okay. I just want to let you know I strongly disagree with your decision, and A little too light-handed. Very impulsive, perhaps young and foolish, I don't know. I guess from their point of view, they don't understand what the big deal is. If you want to school them on that, that's on you. Soulmate. I don't use the word soulmate because it's stupid. I believe in soul bonds. We have many people who we are deeply connected to, and some of them serve as lessons. Okay? That doesn't mean we keep them indefinitely. All right? Soul bonds come and go like anyone else. The difference is that they were packing a lesson. All right? The kind that makes an impact. Makes these decisions that much more difficult. But please beware, you still have a remaining soul tribe too. You still have an inner circle, at least minus one person. Okay. And the divine feminine, some of you consider yourself to be the divine feminine or the person that you are excluding. Well, perhaps. Perhaps like an empress energy, maybe. Like a mother figure or maternal figure, grandmother, something like that. It's up to you. Q, P, V. We have the medallion of Cancer. You might have some very strong Cancer in your chart. Could be connecting to. This season might be important to you. Particularly upcoming right around that border, right, of Cancer-Leo season. Specifically, normalcy for you and stability and you feeling good. Okay. That's for some of you, not all of you. We have the Captain's Wheel, one of my favorite things. The Wheel of Fortune and the world. Time moves forward always, with or without our input, with or without our actions. So make sure that you are opening and closing doors on your timeline appropriately. Make the best use of your time, always. Be aware that time flows. Don't be indifferent. We have the music note. Some of you, music is a profession or hobby, or frankly, for how most people interpret it as their intuitive process, how they tune into themselves is through music. Yeah. Yes, music is the universal conduit for energetic activity for a lot of people. Continue on in that method. It's helpful. All right, Aquarius, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Gemini, please. The situation. Oh, death. How do you feel about it? 10 of Pentacles. Concerned with your stability. To consider, King of Cups, the heart. Page of Pentacles and the outcome. Oh. So we're not really talking about death, are we? We're talking about a rebirth here. Okay? Doesn't mean it's easy. Transformation usually isn't. But still, nonetheless, I believe I'm looking at a rebirth for you. So I don't know what ended. But please know, you have a lot going on for you. What you're connected to and why, what you've built, your legacy, it stretches out before you as your foundation. So not just your personal home, career, and finances, it's all that plus. Deeply connected to your community, your connections, your resources. You've built a whole legacy there. To consider, King of Cups, your heart space. You might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart, by the way. But your heart space, is it open? Are you available? Are you ready to give and receive love from the heart? It's to consider, so advice for you. Page of Pentacles in the outcome. You have the opportunity to invest if you want to. Take on something new. You don't have to. You look very comfortable, secure. That Page of Pentacles then is a luxury. Where it is you like to plant it. Let's take a look at you. Let's see that death, please. Justice, 3 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Okay. I see that you have spent some time mourning something. However, Justice there at the 3 of Cups. You know, we were not meant to continue to connect with it. I think you know that. While it represented an ending to you, sadness, grief, this is not coming together in my life anymore, whatever this is. He was also correct. And that's going to be hard for some of you to hear, unless, however, you've done a transformative work, in which case you won't argue with the results. Karmically speaking, it was correct. And it hurt. I'm not saying it didn't hurt. I see how you mourned something here, grieved. That's something that would not continue to come together. But for the Gemini I'm looking at, to some extent you understand that it was correct too. Painful, but correct. And that experience, that marker in your life, changed you. Okay? I think it made you appreciate stability and legacy. What was meant to stay versus what is not meant to stay. And what it is specifically you want to continue to see in your life. How you might continue to not survive, but thrive. The Hierophant, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Okay. You're learning to come back into a space of wish fulfillment and trust it again. And trust yourself specifically. Good. For a while there, you were numb. 8 of Cups. You weren't available, emotionally speaking. You tried to be a person of spiritual presence, I see that. But you were numb for a while. And now you're making a comeback. 9 of Cups. It's like you're enjoying your foundation again. You're enjoying your legacy again. You see the good in it. You see the good in you. This is good. Scorpio season, wasn't it? And catching up to now. You feel a little bit more alive in your world these days. And you're kind of surveying this thing and saying, you know what? I'm part of this. I helped make this what it is. I should be present for it. I helped make it. I'm not just a casual witness. I'm part of this. I need to be a person of presence too. You're learning to appreciate yourself more these days and see the imprint you have made upon your community and personally take stock of it. Understand that you're a whole human being and that you should be present. You have created miracles in there, my friend. Enjoy it. Know that you're part of that legacy. Okay. Whatever that foundation is in large part thanks to you. Yeah. Take ownership of that. To consider, King of Cups. Remember to enjoy the little moments. I don't know why I'm supposed to tell you that. I'm just supposed to tell you that. Enjoy the little moments when you're out there in the world. The Empress, Ace of Wands, Tower. Okay. whatever that is, honey, it in an explosive way, wiped the slate clean in your heart. I think you have a much stronger emotional presence today than you did yesterday or last year because of what happened. You have a much stronger heart now than ever before because of this. The Empress Ace of Wands and the Tower. So I don't know necessarily how the dynamic played out in terms of why it ended up the way it did. You said it's fair. Looking back on it, it's fair. Painful, but fair. Wasn't meant to connect to it. But more than that, something to consider. Looking at you with the King of Cups, your heart space directly. It's different now. You weren't just making a comeback. I think you're more open now than you ever were before. Full of love and strength. Strength of heart specifically. And the intuitive self is more present than ever. I don't know what that was, honey. It was quite a shock. You saw it as something, unfortunately, that can't be kept together, and you know that now. But yes, indeed, we must remember that the heart's a muscle. Whatever this was, exercised your heart muscle and made it stronger. That's the best way I can put it. I want to see that Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. You're ready. Yeah. You're ready. I know you're ready. You're ready. Yeah. Your heart muscle was exercised in a big way. It's the only way to make any muscle stronger is to damage it a little bit. Not so much that it's beyond repair, but you have to damage the tissues just enough to make it stronger. That's how we build muscle. That's what happened to your heart, as an analogy. All I can tell you is that they loved you. I just know. You would know why it couldn't continue to come together. But I do know they loved you. I promise you your heart's stronger. I knew you were making a comeback, and I see that you're deeply committed to your world, but now you get to experience it again as an emotional, present human being. That's been missing for a while. I had no idea how much you had made a comeback until right about here. I promise you, at the time back then, whenever it was, you might have felt that you were weakened. I promise you, it was made stronger for it. I would love to do an in-depth for you today. I really would. But I can't. Because people will bitch. And then I'll have to hear about it all day. I don't want that. And I ain't got time for that. But please know, you're ready. Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. You're more than ready. You're fucking gorgeous. Okay. Your heart is stronger now than ever before. I think last Scorpio season something significant happened. And it's not to suggest there wasn't a time before that and a time before that, but somehow something hit home for you as being correct last November or thereabouts. Okay. Wait, there you are, darling. I didn't mean to pick up this deck. I was supposed to pick up the Oracle. I'm supposed to see you. Truth. Whenever I make a statement and the Ace of Swords appears, it's the truth. This is either yours or it's not. You would know. Gemini might be a core placement for some of you. Perhaps not a dominant one, but let's say, I don't know, your Venus. Something like that. Well, that would be one of the big four, though. You know what I mean. Okay? Maybe it's a North Node. I don't know. Maybe it's your rising. Okay. But you're ready. You're ready for love. You are. Like I said, it didn't make you weaker. It made you stronger. And there's that sense of, it's almost like a sigh right around here in that situation. But it's an honest sigh. Okay? Let's wrap it up. Forming structure, solid. Oh, I know. You're such a solid character. But now, remember, you do remember. Right? You're not just a character. You're the main character. And one of the main characters in there. Be a person of emotional presence and enjoy the little moments. I was told to say that to you. There's a memory on every corner. I wanted to say cosmic. That's not correct. I'm not trying to say kinsman. I'm not trying to say cosmic. Cosmo. What am I trying to say? It looks like a building. Anyway, there's a memory on every corner. And I'm Aries. What is it? Cosmos? Cosmic? Cosmic. It's like a building. I'm seeing a building. And it's got a name like that. I guess a business name like that. Cosmic, Cosmos. I don't know. But a memory on every corner. Appreciate the little moments. It's a place you can get a drink, I think. I'm seeing glasses. It's a place you can get a drink. I don't know. Mirroring. I know that loves you. And you two marry each other in many ways. Okay. Yes. Divine timing. Trust timing. I'm not saying wait. I would never say that. Trust divine timing. Practice patience and practice grounding. You've done great. There might be an apology in time. On what side or whose side, I have no idea. But in time. Or, no. That's what happened back here. As I tell people, I don't see apologies too often. Sometimes it arrives in a Page of Cups. But it happened in this 5, didn't it? Somewhere back in November. There was an apology. In some way. You saw it as fair. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying it's already happened. It's either true for you or it's not. It's hot and cold. A situation that's off when it's off, and when it's on, where it used to be. Okay, that happens. And that can really exacerbate the timeline, FYI. Okay. Where you two mirrored hot and cold elements towards each other. A, B, J, Q. We have the medallion of Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, and Aries. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the season. Might be important to you, particularly if the both of you share Aries in your chart. Perhaps check that one out. Okay. All right. Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Libra. What's going on? Show me, Libra. The situation, 6 of Cups. How you feel about it, Page of Cups. Okay. To take into consideration, Queen of Wands. Outcome is the Knight of Swords. Okay. 6 of Cups is a situation, some sort of soul bond. Okay. Someone whom you are very familiar with, you have a history with, right? 6 of Cups is past. But the thing is, what makes them different from anyone else, okay, is a unique connection, that undercurrent of feeling, that intuitive process that just seems to exist. It's largely felt, but mostly unspoken. Okay? It's just understood, often taken for granted. But yeah, someone whom you've known a long time. Now, that could be anybody, family member, friend. It doesn't have to be an ex. Everybody always says it's an ex, and maybe it is. But do keep in mind, Six of Cups is a soul bond. Period. We'll see what it's all about. How you feel about it, Page of Cups. Do you feel you can open your heart towards them and continue to do so? I've seen apologies like a couple times today, so it could be an apology. Don't know. Queen of Wands to take into consideration. Yeah, you're feeling towards it, sure. Yeah, some very strong impressions about this. Knight of Swords is in the outcome. Action. Communication, action. Sword. Sword is sword. Thought, communication, action. Okay? All right. Let's talk about it. What's going on here? Six of Cups. Let's see that Six of Cups, please. That's okay. Yours, I think, is the first real song I'm hearing today. Oh, it's David Bowie, but it's unexpected. It's from the movie Labyrinth. I just heard full-on volume, Falling in Love. Just full-on volume out of nowhere. Dude, it wasn't even a slow rise. It was just straight up blasting. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's sexy. It's a sexy little song. For a silly movie made in '86, I don't care. It's a cult classic, in my opinion. I don't care. Anyway, that either means something to you or it don't. Take what resonates, leave what does not. I get impressions and I report them. That's what I do. All right. Damn, that was loud. Okay. The Chariot. Page of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Okay, someone whom you are familiar. I believe it's them coming towards you. It could be the way around. It could be you going towards them, but I believe it was them. It looks like someone's been keeping an eye on you, and they've been thinking about coming forward for a while now. The Chariot and Six of Pentacles, so the Page of Swords. It really tells me very little. It has one of two possible interpretations. Okay. Spying and observation, that's what most people associate the Page of Swords with, is because he's the most helpless of the pages. So he looks, studying, looking, waiting, watching. Then there's the other one. I don't know much, and I know that, so I'm going to look for a minute because I'm trying to figure something out. In that case, we have the application of what we're observing, so that's different. Okay? So that looks like that's the case here. Somebody was looking, assessed the situation, and figured out what to do next. Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, moving forward. For the sake of balancing, wanting to balance in a very real, honest, and simple way. At least that's what I can see here. So yeah, someone who is checking you out a little bit, checking in on you, trying to get the lay of the land. Okay, should I approach? It looks like they got the clear from themselves. So let's see how you feel about it. Page of Cups. He said, yeah, I can open up to them. Sure. Page of Cups. I'm not saying you have to, that's what's there. Of course, I can clarify, and you might be like, well, I opened up to the idea for like 5 seconds. Hold on, let's take a look. Let's take a look. That's you, darling. Justice. Page of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. You are aware that this is not the easiest thing to approach. You're saying you got issues. You got some beef. Well, beef is more like anger. You're showing me disappointment and hurt. Ten of Swords. But you're putting on your big Libra face and saying, hey, what's up? What's going on? This is a choice. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying, Libra, you have to say diddly squat. It's for the Libra who's more inclined to say yes than you are to say no. Tarot is a lot like that t-shirt I was talking about, the intro. It is choose your own adventure. You get to have say. I give interpretations, like the weathermen interpret the weather. That doesn't mean they're always right, but more often than not, you know, there's a sense of correctness there. That's what it's like reading energy. It can change. But for now, I see you inclined to put some sort of page forward. Okay, I can be open to this. Okay, I can listen. That's you. Ten of Swords, you're saying it's not easy for me, but I'm here. I'm trying. Give Libra credit, please. I am. So, But you acknowledge that there's difficulties. Yeah, well, there's a reason why they didn't just assume to come over. Okay? That's why they was looking first. Queen of Wands to consider. To take into consideration. You're fire over this? Are you angry? Are you happy? Are you enthusiastic? Are you filled with hope or faith? That's all fire, fire, fire. For some of you, passion. Let's take a look. The Lovers, the Hanged Man, the Four Cups. You're like, look, I'm interested, but I'm suspending any and all strong feelings about a lover's connection. You're like, I'm not going to go there. Four Cups, the Hanged Man. You've given that a lot of thought. And while you are being attentive, okay, you are being attentive, you are listening, it's your technical, legal, spiritual side that's listening or humoring this conversation, okay? I shouldn't say humor. That suggests being inauthentic. You are trying to be a person of presence, however. You're saying it's not easy. So something to consider. Your more fiery side around this connection. How you really feel when we step out of the technical face forward Libra. The inner Libra. From your point of view, you still have some heat on this connection. Some of it includes disappointment. Long-standing. And from your point of view, you're determined to show none of it. Okay? So that includes your positive fire towards this as well. That lover's connection. It's like, I'm not going to show my heat, and I'm not going to show my disappointment. That kind of thing, that kind of emotion is reserved for someone I actually have a working connection with. And it's like, I haven't seen them in forever. You're right. That's discernment. So that's the only advice for you, is to think about that. Okay. Knight of Swords is in the outcome. The Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I feel like I'm getting a play-by-play for you today. I typically don't get that. Yeah, but I'm getting a play-by-play for you. It's very detailed. I feel like I'm following instructions today, which is weird in tarot. It's, but I do see you continuing to maintain a line of communication with this person, but you're not convinced that you should be putting your heart on the line. So your chemistry, your passion for this person, including your personal outstanding disappointment with this connection, any kind of residual love feelings you have for them, it's like none of that's up for immediate display. You're like, that's another conversation for another day, if we even get there. You are kind of approaching this like you're showing me, I'm convinced it's just going to be a temporary check-in. So why would I go into the details? Why? Why would I share? There's something to that. So they are showing me be selective. I know, and Spirit knows, everybody knows that you have a lot more deeper feeling for this, but you are determined to show a kind of perfunctory check-in. How's it going? Hey, is everything okay? All right. Well, thanks for letting me know that. Oh, thank you. I understand that you were in the neighborhood. Oh, thanks. I understand that you were in the city or something. I understand that you were visiting. Great. It's almost like you're determined to see that it's not going to have a future. So you don't see the point of conveying any sort of real emotions with this person. I'm curious then about why the heck they were motivated. Now, the soul bond in and of itself is motivation. A lot of people don't understand that. You would feel compelled to connect to that person. Okay. They're part of our soul tribe. We're bonded to them in ways we don't fully understand. We just feel it. So while they're showing an outward Six of Pentacles, by all rights, yeah, I can say the motivation is simply a check-in. I have a desire to check in with Libra. They're my soul bond. It's not what we're thinking, but it's a feeling. And it seems to me that's your determination here to approach this. It's just a check-in. Nothing more than that. I'm not going to tell them anything about my lingering emotions or sadness or disappointment. I'm not going to tell them anything about finding them attractive or still having chemistry with them. None whatsoever. It's like Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Just like, I'm not convinced that's why they're here anyway. And then also, no. If there's more to that story, that'll show itself in time. And technically, you're right. If there is more to that story, then that will show itself in time. But for now, you're showing me it's check-in, business status only. Hello, how are you? Oh, well, thank you for checking in on me. Okay, I'll see you in a couple of years then. Something like that. Like yeah. Like, I'm not going to give my personal self to this. It's not that you're not taking it seriously, but you're not giving it much to work with either. These are all choices. It looks like you could have ignored this. You chose not to. And you also chose not to make it personal. And then you also said, P.S. I'm not revealing anything personal either. Okay. Makes me wonder then why you agreed. You don't have to. Who cares if they think you're an asshole? You're not an asshole. I'm just curious. I mean, gosh, both of your motivations are like, we're just going to check in on each other. And don't get me wrong, honey. You got that lingering upset and disappointment and pain, and the space isn't there to talk about that, and it doesn't look like it is, then don't. Don't give them anything personal about you, right? I get it. I do. It's like, okay, they approached me for check-in reasons. That's what they're going to get in return. I get it. You're matching energies. You're saying it's fair. I got you. But then why bother at all? Why bother? The bond then? God, you two must go way back. I don't know. Maybe it's a drive neither one of you can fully explain. You're not convinced it's going to lead to matters of the heart anyway, and even if it does, that needs time. I agree. I completely agree. It's like if I was... There it is, right there. Oh, okay. They're coming to town, travel, communication. Okay, yeah. Passing through town. I'll be in your neck of the woods. Good for you. You have a means of transportation and a map. No, I don't know what it is. I want the fucking motivation, guys. I'm a water sign, lest we forget. So I appreciate soul bonds, but it's like, don't tell me you're just looking to see if you can check in. And you don't tell me, I'm just checking in back because it's the right thing to do. And yet you're harboring all this unresolved pain and chemistry with them. Again, if there's deeper matters to talk about, that'll sort itself out in time. Is that why? Are you both trying to put down the groundwork maybe and you don't know it yet? That's what it is, isn't it? I'd put good money on that. Yeah, I'd put good money on that. I think you're both tiptoeing around putting the groundwork down to make an argument for those discussions later. Argument, you know what I mean? To have reason or justification to have those deeper conversations later. But it starts with the tiptoeing groundwork now. Because let me tell you, you don't have to do a damn thing, and neither do they. Yeah. There it is. It's still there. But you don't immediately launch in with that. Hey, I just want to check in on you, Libra. Do you have any idea? Da, 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 da. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But that's there. I know it is. Okay. I think you're putting down the groundwork, the both of you. Epiphany, insights, apologies in reverse. That hasn't come through. You released this, however, a long time ago. Surrendered, purged, no falseness, no false codependencies. I'm not enabling you. I'm not enabling anybody's shadows or patterns or bullshit. I refuse to be part of that. I surrendered you. I released you a long time ago. I get that. That doesn't mean that you don't have residual shit that you're still dealing with. But there's no apology at this time. Keep that under your hat. Has this person ever apologized to you? And why do you feel compelled to keep all your deeper emotional stuff to yourself? It's because you know they've never apologized or fully acknowledged it. So again, you don't have to humor shit, you don't have to entertain shit, and you don't have to check in just because they're checking in. All right, but if you're putting down the groundwork for perhaps conversations in future, I don't know, guys, go by past patterns. If this person never really acknowledged the role they played in all that pain and disappointment, what makes you think that would change? But just keep that under your hat. Okay, Libra, you're smart. You'll figure it out. But just, please, yes, protect yourself. Keep all that to yourself. It's not the space to divulge all that. Then don't. Unless you feel safe to reveal that stuff, then don't. A, Z, K, M. We have the medallion of Capricorn and Leo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart, could be connecting to. The seasons might be important to you. Going back to that, I want you to understand that, like I want all people to understand, closure comes from within. All this stuff that you keep inside of you, when you let them go, that was all the closure you needed. Okay? So you don't have to do this song and dance bullshit. You really don't. Right? They didn't apologize the first time or the first dozen times. 5 years later, is that going to make much of a difference just because they're stopping through town? If anything, you playing it cool and acting like it's no big deal gives them verification that they have nothing to apologize for. So keep that in consideration, please. You don't have to talk to them, but you also don't have to spill your guts about all the pain you still have. I'm just saying, if the space exists, great, use it. But if it's not created, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I'd welcome just a check-in. Okay? I hope this helped you. I do. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What is going on? Show me, Taurus, please. A situation. King of Pentacles. You. How you feel about you. Page of Cups. Okay. To consider. Knight of Wands. Oh, yes. Outcome is the Six of Swords. And then you went, hell no. Okay. Okay. Well, there you are, darling. King of Pentacles. Okay. Being your lovely, productive, responsible self. Very good. How you feel about yourself these days. Page of Cups. I try to be open. Christina, I do. To consider, you have rising energy. Knight of Wands. It just kind of rises all of a sudden, so I don't know what it is, but yeah, rising sense of urgency, energy, stamina, I don't know, excitement, hope, passion, maybe. And then the outcome, Six of Swords, and then you whistle your way out of there. Nope. Okay. No. Nope. You went nope, 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 nope. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. What's going on? Let's see that King of Pentacles, please. It's odd because it's like, you know what? I was about to have fun for the weekend, and then I realized I didn't finish my homework. Can't have my fun. Nope. Okay. I get that. I do. You know, finish the work first, play later, and you're like, forgot the big science project is due Monday. Okay. Page of Wands. I don't know what happened there. Page of Wands, the Hermit. Oh, the world. Oh, honey. Okay. Okay. I got you. It's just not practical, eh? All right. All right. I got you between worlds right now. In theory, it seems you could open a cycle, whatever it is. You could open a door, any door. You could. That's at your disposal. But you're still working through one that's closed. So as we know, the world, as one door closes, another opens. And I got you right between worlds right now. So there's a door that's closed and you're still processing it. You're still healing. And you've been doing a good job. I want you to know. Okay? The Hermit, Page of Wands, you remain open to your healing. You remain available to your healing all the time. Good. Good job. But that doesn't mean you're ready for a new world or a new beginning. Okay? So I got you right there. Right between the doors. All right. Page of Cups. So your heart space then. You do try to keep yourself open, but I think you need to keep yourself open to you first and foremost. All right. Okay. King of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune for... Okay, I got you. Taurus needs a nap. I got you. All right, I got it. Yeah. All right. I got you. Yeah, you do have a much bigger heart space in there, and you know you do. You know you do, and you're comfortable with it. For the most part, you're showing me you're comfortable with your King of Cups. So that when you're open, you like to be open, right? You like to have full ownership and accessibility to your feelings, including your intuitive self. You're not uncomfortable with these things. Fantastic. And yeah, part of being open, King, Queen of Cups there. Ready to give and receive love as a natural back and forth process. Okay, state of flow. Wheel of Fortune, 4 Swords. You said, I need more time. I got you. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, you're right. You're not done with your homework. No, but the thing is that you're aware of it, and I think that's beautiful. Oh, honey, awareness is half the battle, I swear. And Tarot, just, can I get you to think about this real quick? You already are. So that's good. You know this thing, and it's beautiful. I love it when people know themselves and where they're at in life and their stages, and this is what I've got going on with me, and yes, this closed out, and yes, I've been working on myself, and yes, I've been respecting that space and desire within me to heal and to grow, and I want my heart back into a state of readiness. I remember what it's like to be open to giving and receiving love, and I miss that. Yes, I want to be ready for it, but now, just not right now. Good. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Nonetheless, something to consider. You're going to have perhaps an unexpected spike of energy here soon. Knight of Wands. All right. Let's take a look at that. Knight of Wands. And if what I have seen here is true, then that could be coming towards you. So heads up. Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Well, goodness me. Yep. Whoo. It looks like a natural too. Oh. Okay. Two things. It does come towards you, but it is actually your Knight of Wands. I can see why. You did have a rising sensation that was unexpected. Yeah. There is something here within the context of your community, possibly work, or someone's trying to put some feelers out towards you, and it made you feel good. It does make you feel good. But it is deeply embedded within the context of work and foundation. It's like one and the same. So there's no way you don't know who this is. They're solid like you. They're stable like you. Clearly you're flattered. You're very flattered. All right. Let's see what you can do. And obviously, just on principle, that's attractive. Clearly, they have exposure to you every day. This is everyday exposure. So the odds of it being at something like work is quite high. So keep that under your hat. But, you know, you're flattered, to say the least. Look at that. I can see why you would feel flattered too. They're hardworking like you. They put in the time every day like you. Stable like you. Resourceful like you. Yeah, you're definitely going to feel flattered. Okay. And then you went Six of Swords. Okay, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. I want you to be ready. Right? I want you to be ready. If you're not ready, you're not going to enjoy the process, and that sucks, right? I want you to enjoy it. No bullshit, no hang-ups, no hesitation. So you got to leave the scene. You got to leave the scene. It's like, no, thank you, but no. I'm flattered, but no. You know? Yeah. Oh, honey. Thing is, there's so much power in knowing yourself, right? And besides, if it's for you, it won't pass you by. That old thing. There's truth in that. And if it does, that's fine. You are readying yourself, well, for not just a new cycle, but a new love entry. Maybe this just gives you more incentive. Who knows? All right, 8 of Wands, 5 of Cups. And that's, you took the words right out of my mouth. Meatloaf. Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. It must have been while you were kissing me. Except I don't think you let them kiss you. You might be real tempted, though. Ace of Wands. I'm laughing because I want you to understand. I know. I strongly suspect this is coming through at a time in your life where it might give you a little bit of extra incentive, okay, to start thinking about your future self, because you're doing such a beautiful job. So clearly you're headed in that direction. But yeah, I think that's, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. I do see you apologizing. I'm not. It's like your parting words before you exit the scene, and then you remembered you have homework due on Monday. I can't. 8 of Wands. There's the conversation. 5 of Cups. I am sorry. 3 of Cups. I can't hang out. I'm not ready. Okay. I got you, and you made yourself clear, and I applaud you for that. You did a beautiful job. You said you weren't ready. You said you're not available. That's your truth. Honor your truth, and you can't go wrong. You can't fuck up, right? And you've done such a good job. And I'm telling you, you're so close, honey. You are in between cycles. I'm telling you, your back is already against the closed door, and what's in front of you now is a door that's technically open, and it's up for you to walk through it when you're ready. The point is that you're preparing yourself to be ready. So I don't want you to be disappointed by today's reading. No. On the contrary, it gives me a great deal of hope for this Taurus, because you have a very strong idea of what it is that you're worth, and your heart space, and what you're worth, and what you want to feel and experience for yourself in future, and more to the point, be ready for. It's a couple. It's a night. It's a soft night. Knight of Cups. Okay, it's soft. It's expressive. It's vulnerable. But it made you react in a way that suggests, oh, fun, flirty, impulsive. You're flattered. Okay. But that's it. Well, you're flattered. You know. Yeah, we know who it is. Look at that. There's no way in hell you don't know who that is. Okay. But yeah. When you said, no, I'm sorry, I can't go there. And you're right. You can't go there. But eventually you will. If not with them, someone else. In time. Okay? When you're able to enjoy the process and be fully on board with it. Okay? Good. Good for you. You said you need more patience, i.e. healing. Okay? And no, I don't think you're asking for them to wait. No. You split. Why would you ask them to wait? No. That would be horrible. You know better. And you're not asking yourself to wait. You're saying, personally, I need more healing time. You know? Some of you, think about it. You haven't even had your full year with whatever this is. I don't even know that you've had a full 6 months. It depends on how old that cycle is and how long it ran. So, there you go. But I like that you know yourself and you respect yourself. Self-sabotage is in reverse. Good job, Taurus, honey. There you go. Self-sabotage in reverse. It's like, I'm not going to sabotage myself. I'm not going to fuck myself up. Specifically, my future Taurus self. My future Taurus self is going to thank me. So while this is flattering, I had and don't beat yourself up either. You had a natural, normal, organic response to someone who is clearly of value, who is interested in you. Yeah, you're going to have that. And it's okay, though, to say no. You know you're not ready. Like I said, there's no price. There's no price on knowing thyself. Okay? This above all to thine own self be true. This will come back to you later, exponentially, I promise. In a good way. Push and pull, spring, detour, divine intervention, fate. Yeah. Okay. Some of you, last spring, might have been very, very disruptive. And that's what you're still recovering from. And it was the final conclusion of a strung out push and pull dynamic or cycle, and it closed. And it might have closed rapidly last spring. And it hasn't. It's still, you haven't even come up on your full year yet. I strongly sense that's true for some of you. That's if you resonate. For others of you, this intercepts your timeline in spring, although I'm not seeing it that way. But yeah, for some of you, it could be. I don't see this as being a huge detour, but perhaps an incentive. Hey, Taurus, there's still things to aim for. Okay. Please know that you're still a person that's highly desirable, sought after, well thought of. Okay. And yeah, frankly, pursued, honey, you got the goods. Okay. Take comfort in that. All right. All right. One letter, L. We have 2 medallions and they're both Libra. You might have some very strong Libra in your chart. Could be connecting to it. The seasons might be important to you. Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Virgo. Show me Virgo. The situation, the star, how you feel about it, Queen of Cups, to consider, Page of Swords. Outcome is the 5 of Cups. What is going on? A lot of regret flying around this round, and I've seen so many apologies, I've lost count. That stuff needs to pop up, you know, on the board as well as in the oracles. But again, I'm seeing another situation where someone's deeply remorseful. As far as I can tell, you're fine. Like you're following your dreams, your path, whatever that means to you. It's an important vision, a dream, a desire of yours. How do you feel about it? Queen of Cups, you're like, I'm on the path. I feel good about it. And don't get me wrong, I know for a fact that most people, myself included, experience the star as something that can be very stressful and time-consuming, but for the most part worth it. Like we wouldn't say otherwise, right? But you're saying, for you, you feel really good about your star. And then something to consider, Page of Swords. It's either a small idea or someone's keeping an eye on you. Outcome is the 5 of Cups. Why am I seeing sadness, regret, possibly an apology? I don't know. But it's going around. It's going around, guys. I'm going to need to clarify that. Because as far as I can tell, you're fine. So I'm not to say that you don't have regrets. We all do in some way. But that Page of Swords is there again. It's just popping up like a rash today. All right, let's see that star, please. What's going on? Show me Virgo. Ace of Cups. 5 of, yeah. And you ain't the only one. Let me tell you. You are not the only one. I got people in worlds, between worlds, starting worlds, ending worlds. Oh my goodness. Yours is a little angry though. Ugh. 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands, the world. Oh my gosh, you cycled something out, or rather I should say someone, because you wanted to focus on your dream or your vision. And this energy was getting in the way or was non-supportive. And however you want to rack it up, you got tired of it. Okay, you got tired of it. It's time for Virgo to live their dreams now. Okay, so I don't know what that is, and I'm sorry, and it's big, and it's loud, and it's obnoxious, and it pisses me off, and I don't want it to be here, and I'm shuffling the hell out of these cards, and people keep showing me this stuff about cycles, and sorry, and I fucked up, and I thought about it. Okay, so look, listen, y'all. The star is the star is the star. It is a calling, it is a path, it is not for everybody. It's the star that you would wish upon. In other words, it guides you. It's not going to guide everybody. Some people will be on your path with you. Wonderful. They should be supportive. They should not be energies that are trying to tear you down, dissuade you, or get you off that path. Okay? That's not helpful. That's the opposite of helpful. It's exhausting. And it keeps us from our goals. So I don't know what this represents to you, but you had enough of it. My first thought, it's just one big ass delay between you and your dream, holding you back instead of helping propel you forward. 2 types of people in this world. The kind that hold you back or propel you forward. The people who are neutral don't count. So that's the one that was trying to hold you back and or just objectified. I don't know, guys. I don't know, but I'm irritated. I don't want to see it there, and I'm glad you cleared it. But I'm sorry you had to do it that way. I'm sorry you had to do it that way. But it's kind of like if you continued to leave this cycle open, it would only continue to delay your dream. And I think you know what that means already. Queen of Cups. The Fool. Oh, I bet. I bet you feel free as a fucking bird now. I bet you don't feel like you have something weighing you down on your back or around your neck. Oh, I bet you feel free. There you go. You're all but tripping out the door. The Fool, Ace of Swords page. I get to follow my truth now. I get to do what I want now. I get to invest in my truth, in my spirit. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm fucking free. Yeah, you are. No wonder. Yes, you get to pursue this now without this bullshit getting in your way. Your energy has freed up exponentially. This is what happens when we learn to let things go. People, places, situations, circumstances. It either helps us or it holds us back. And when you finally offload the stuff that is in your way, okay, you're holding on to it for one reason or another. You think it can work it out, or you'll figure it out later. It's a little broken now, but I'll fix it. I swear, I swear, I swear. When you finally let that crap go, you make space for new. You also make space for you. And now you have the space to go back and look at that star without this interference. So yes, you look free as a bird, my friend. Your heart is light, your mind is light, and your spirit is light. Light, light, light. Okay, now, I want you to go on that star path and do what it is you need to do, achieve what it is you need to achieve, because now you are free to do so. Okay? And don't ever hesitate to clear out angry, old, broken, hold me back cycles again. Let those go sooner rather than later. And you will find yourself miraculously less blocked. Okay? I'm sorry, guys, but we have got to learn to see things in terms of, does this help me, yes or no? And when we learn to see everything like that, people, places, situations, does this work with me? It does? Great, we keep it. It doesn't work with me. In fact, it makes my life harder. Let it go. We figure that out faster. Dial it in faster. We get to our goals and our dreams faster. We get to our manifestations faster. Okay? That's it. That's all there is to it. People are so preoccupied. I want to keep everything and gain everything. That is not how life works. Okay? You want what's right for you, you have to be willing to let go of what's wrong for you. And I know you had a hard lesson in that, but we're here now. So to take into consideration the Page of Swords. What about it? Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. I see them looking at you and they see that you're busy. Oh, yes. Are you now? Apparently working on your dream job or your personal home security finances, and they see that you're quite comfy, cozy, being very productive. So they are looking at you, whoever they are. I'm not interested. I don't care. I'm not doing a yours and theirs. I see how someone's looking at you, and it most likely relates to the cycle you just cleared out. That was a lot of backlash, arguing, bullshit, backbiting, non-supportive Eight of Cups. And now you're happy, snug as a bug in a rug. Free to do your thing at last. To consider, they're probably looking at you, being productive. And I don't know, just thriving. You look like you're thriving to me, holding down the fort pretty damn well. Lending to your personal sense of security. But yeah, to consider, they're keeping an eye on you, whatever that's supposed to mean to you. Okay? But I will say this is what they're saying. You were right. It's, that's the best way. Honestly, that is the best way, mind you. The saying, I told you so, is not by saying a damn thing at all. You don't have to. If you were right, your life will reflect that rightness. It'll be very visible, and they can see it, so you don't have to say anything. So whoever's looking at you, they're learning the hard way how right you were. All right. 5 of Cups. Five of Cups for the 5 of Cups, the Hanged Man, and we just need to sit in our consequences for a while. Yes. Look, I know that the regret is running both ways. 5 of Cups for the 5 of Cups. You said some things, they said some things. Okay? That still needs to sit for a bit with the Hanged Man and the 9 of Cups. But above all, the outcome, it seems that they have learned a lesson about wish fulfillment and the wrongness of holding you back or discouraging you. And you have the same lesson. What I was saying earlier. Learn when to clear cycles out. Okay? Learn the difference between, let's say, a critique and a complaint. One is helpful, the other isn't. Know the difference between hashing something out for a reason, trying to work things out, versus just trying to bring someone else down and delay them. Okay? See things for what they are. Clear it off your plate. You make space for what's important. All right? Don't ever take that long to tap into your sense of wish fulfillment again. You have regrets about that. No more regrets from this point forward. And they got regrets too. Namely that they should have been supporting you instead of resisting the dream or the goal or tearing you down. Don't ever delay wish fulfillment again. If you honestly believe something's that important to you, then you don't allow others to get in the way. It's like you either find your place with me on this path or you need to get off of it. See what I'm saying? That's all. You both have a lesson in regret. The difference is that you're countering that regret as we speak by doing whatever it is that you do so well. Okay? They kind of have to live with the regret of how they didn't support you very well and discouraging you and frankly being a bit of a dick or an asshole or a bitch or whatever. There's a wide variety of words out there. Hidden emotion. Unexpected message. Forming structure. So here's the truth of it. Someone's hidden emotions that was... It looks like it popped up unexpectedly. Okay. This is what we were really feeling. So tell me how you really feel. They did. This is going to fail. This isn't going to work. I oppose. I object. This is stupid, garbage, nonsense. This is a waste of time. I'd strongly discourage you, Virgo. Here are my real feelings. You suck at this, or this isn't going to work out. Garbage, garbage, garbage. And it was about the solidity of this thing, which, once more, I will point out, you're doing just fine. Oh, you're doing more than holding down the fort, honey. You're holding true to your standards now. This is your personal sense of security and how you earn a coin and secure your household, and it's quite well. You were right. But, you know, I'm glad whatever it is that they were suppressing came to light. And you've had vivid dreams. I know. That's the goal right here, whatever it was. And now you're free to pursue it. Okay. Okay, good for you. Oh yeah, there's going to be regrets on both sides, but the point is that you can counter yours, and you don't have to have any more in the future either, if you continue to follow this winning formula. QRL, we have the medallion of Aries. Okay, you might have some very strong Aries in your chart, could be connecting to it. The seasons might be important to you. We have the yin and yang. We're meant to balance each other out, okay? Not push each other away. Big difference. Again, there's a difference between a critique and a complaint. One is workable and has some place to go. The other one doesn't. But yeah, we're supposed to balance each other out. Okay? Not push each other away or tear each other apart. I don't know that this is necessarily your equal, whatever this is. Okay. And then we have the wolf. Defending one's territory. Could be a pissing contest. Lack of security and system. I'm trying to help. This is a territorial thing. I'm trying to defend my territory. Something like that. I don't know. But, yeah. Yeah. All right, Virgo, honey. I hope this helped you. I really don't have any further thoughts on the subject. I'm just happy to see that you're on the path, finally, at last, of your choosing. the one that's important to you. You're doing well, you're thriving, and, you know, they get to see that. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn, please. What's going on? The situation. 7 of Wands. Okay. How do you feel about it? The Lovers. To consider. King of Cups. Okay. Outcome is the Knight of Cups. All right. There's a lot of love here. There is. Nonetheless, you're showing me boundaries, standards. They need to be adhered to. Okay. I respect that. Strong connections tend to evoke these very strong reactions. And if you know who you are, yeah, you should know what your standards and boundaries are. Strong connections or not. In fact, all the more reason to have standards. People have a tendency to forget their standards when faced with these very strong connections. But yours so far, you opened up with it right away. I was like, oh, how do you feel about the situation? Lovers. Christina, what's a Capricorn to do? Well, maintain your boundaries, okay? You'll find out. The two of you will find out together, okay? If you two match, it'll proceed. If we're not matching, it won't. Just don't compromise yourself. I don't want that for either one of you, okay? But yeah, we get it. We feel very strongly compelled to this. King of Cups, something to consider. Emotions on both sides. Are both of you open to giving and receiving love? It needs to be even. Okay. I think you know that. Knight of Cups is the outcome. We're proceeding. We're proceeding with emotional expression, vulnerability, romance, all that jazz. Okay. 7 of Wands. Ten of Wands, not easy. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. 8 of Wands. I was already say something's got to kick this off. At first, there's tension. Yeah, you feel it right away, but then you also simultaneously feel the pleasure too. They both kind of wash through you. Oh God, what's this? The heaviness of it, and then the pleasure, hand in hand here. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. 8 of Wands. You're saying it's not easy. It's not easy to accept this communication or participate in it, but nonetheless, when you kind of set that aside, you would like to. You're still cautious with your communication. You admitted it to me freely. This is not easy for me. But yet, I kind of want to. Okay. Okay. I'm not saying you have to do anything. Choice, always, in tarot. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. So you're showing me what looks like honest, but mixed emotions. You know? The whole point of communication is to sort that out so they stop being mixed. All right? We cannot sustain mixed emotions, but we can work through them. All right. The Lovers. What say ye? 4 Swords, 4 Pentacles, Temperance. Okay. It looks like both sides are interested in healing to some degree. What that means to its fullest extent, I don't know, but it is here. Temperance and 4 Swords. You're both reflecting healing. 4 Pentacles. You've both been working on what you've been holding on to, and that is primarily each other's energy. It's actually quite lovely, because you're both acknowledging that in your own way. I never really let go of the idea of you. Oh, you haven't either? Oh, wow. Yeah. And I've been working through that, and I've been trying to understand why. I think this is what starts the communication, the motivation behind it. It might be something mundane, like the weather thing happened and just checking in on you, whatever it is, whatever the pretext is. But eventually, down the line, it's like, well, while we're on the subject, you know, I think about you, and I've been working through that and trying to understand why. And in a way that creates a soothing effect for you, and it does for them too. In other words, it feels good to talk about these things. Sure, absolutely. Okay. King of Cups, that to consider. Is it love? I don't know. Are you both open to giving and receiving? It's one thing when we talk about, you know, the thing that caused the tension and the heaviness and why we held on. It's another thing to talk about going forward. Is there something to go forward to, you know? But it looks quite lovely. I hope that it is. I say considerate too. I must say, very honest, considerate. And gentle. Ace of Cups, Three of Wands, and Judgment. Something to consider, is the timing right for love for both of you? That tells me, with the classic lovers connection here, one or both of you had, well, one or both. One of you was synced up to love, the other one was off, you know. Yeah, we're not always on the same page. We deeply desire the connection, but if someone's not ready to open up their heart, then it can't fully be chosen. Eventually it leads to someone walking. So, is now the time, something to consider. Are you both open now? Are you both open? Are you both speaking the same language? Okay, is it love this time? Okay, and ask yourself that honestly, not just for you, but for them too. Because if they were at some point on the timeline off and you were on, then that means you know what it is to be off and they were on. Okay? So, you two have a history, no doubt, but I like the way you two are able to talk about it. That's lovely. Actually, it's very reassuring. I'm not saying any runner chaser bullshit. I feel like you two are both too old for that. We're talking about this in a very calm way. But the bigger question remains, is now the time? Okay? Or do you need to move your cup elsewhere? Knight of Cups is the outcome. Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles, King of Cups. I have to say, now is the time, it seems. Good for you both. Well, now. King of Cups twice. I see someone sharing it. That's either you with them or they with you. But the reflection stands the same for both. Judgment applies to both of these lovers. It's been 2, 2, 2 throughout. The only time I saw singular activity was you at the top line where you were like, whoa, what is this? Oh. Okay. And then after that, it became a case of the twos. Yeah. So it's two people here. And it's the Wheel of Fortune that's just swinging back now. Now might be a good time to find out. It's not absolute. It doesn't guarantee the future. But now is the time to find out, apparently. Okay. Now's the time to find out. Oh my. Look at now. Look at you. Well, even though yours is extremely impressive, it was extremely short, and that's because it's streamlined. When people reduce fragmentation, it reduces my time at the table. It pays to know yourself, you know. And it pays to talk to someone honestly, you know. That way both sides can be understood, and it reduces all the bullshit. Meaningful coincidences. Oh yeah, no, things are adding up on both of your sides, how alike you are, and perhaps how the past several months or seasons you have been both working through things on your own side. And things are adding up, you know. It's like, I see your name everywhere. It's stuff like that. I'm not talking about the numbers, guys. I'm not talking about numbers. Please put that crap aside. I know it's like, oh, but number this, oh, but number that. Oh, numbers everywhere. You will always be your biggest enforcer when it comes to the numbers. I'm talking about the big stuff, the stuff you cannot deny. Like their favorite hobby is collecting guitars. And then guess what? You run across a classic vintage you know they would love. It's one that they had been looking for forever, and you happen to come across it. Or you see their name 50 times in a day. The big stuff. Not phone numbers and license plates numbers and all this other crap. I mean the big stuff. The stuff that you cannot ignore. Okay? Let's see here. Oh, I saw something flip and then it went back in. Yeah. If it's meant to be, it'll come back around. That's how that works. Okay. A karmic partner. Maybe. It looks like a spiritual one to me. But let's take the word. A lot of people assume that's a dirty little word. Karmic. Karma. No. It is simply neutral. Is this what you deserve? Is this what you deserve? The both of you. Are you two karmically inclined towards each other as balanced? Is this your two's karma, finally, at last? Has the Wheel of Fortune of Love turned in both of your favors at the same damn time? Okay, there you go. Karma is neutral good or lawful good. It's human beings that apply the word bad or good. Okay, so make sure karma falls in your favor. You're doing the right shit, the good karma comes back to you, but it's still what you deserve. You don't work through anything karmically, you're going to continue to get the bad shit, but it's still technically what you deserve. Like I said, karma is lawful good. Or lawful neutral, really. Oh, so many. P-E-S-C-M. We have the medallions of Taurus and Scorpio. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons. Might be important to you. Big dollar bill. Inclusive to all earth signs. And then also someone here might be financially stable or successful. And then we have the infinity loop. I do believe this is more soul bond than karmically inclined. However, I could absolutely see where those two would meet. And this reading, that kind of makes sense. And then we have the fox. Very clever. Someone might be cute like a fox. It just, I don't know. Foxes are associated with very cleverness. Very, very clever, quick-witted, smart. And then also cute, sexy. So anyway, Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Scorpio, please. Let's try that again. Show me Scorpio. The situation. Six of Cups. How you feel about that? Queen of Swords. To consider, Page of Swords. Guy's going around today. Page of Swords is making that rounds. Eight of Cups is the outcome. Okay. I guess you're not impressed. Yeah. All right. Yeah, nor should you be. If the Page of Swords just stays there, then there's not much to be impressed by. Okay. It's pretty easy to ignore somebody or walk away from them if all they're going to do is watch. So, okay. So Six of Cups, the situation, some sort of soul bond here. Okay. Someone whom you share a history with. Okay. An important part of your history, past, and a unique connection. How you feel about it, Queen of Swords. You look at it logically, rationally. Okay? But you have given it a lot of thought. You do. And that's how I know this is someone looking at you, because whatever this is, you've already given them a lot of thought. Whereas the Page of Swords is a reduction of knowledge. So the Page of Swords can only have one of two interpretations. One, somebody's looking, spying, observing. Two, someone who's just started to learn. You say you already have a pretty good body of knowledge when it comes to this particular subject. You've thought about it extensively. I believe you might even be addressing the smaller mind, possibly giving them a piece of your mind. But something to consider. They look, watch, observe, but perhaps not much else. Outcome, Eight of Cups. That's it. Okay. Okay. I mean, some people just make it real easy to walk because they don't show up. They don't have much to say or do, then believe them. They might have a wealth of feeling, but if they remain a Page of Swords, why would you know? You know? So if the squeaky wheel gets the grease, then fucking squeak, you know? Okay. Page of Wands, Knight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. I don't know. I don't know. You seem to be grounded and founded with the Ten of Pentacles. You got a lot going on for you. It keeps you busy. Knight of Swords, you're in and out of it every day. You know, you always got something going on. The consequences to having a foundation, it's not just your personal home, career, finances, it's everything you're connected to. So your network, your resources, your community. I see you busy in it. Knight of Swords, Page of Wands. There's a flare. Either you provided that flare or it popped open towards you. I don't quite know. I think it was you. While you were busy taking care of business. You might have flashed some energy towards your soul bond, your person of the past. Might have dropped a hello, a sincere how are you. That means they're connected to your community in some way. I think it was you, but reverse as you see fit. Okay. Queen of Swords. It was a hello. You know. Don't know who it was from. The Lovers. The Hierophant. Oh my God, that combination again is driving me crazy. I thought we had solved this with your last reading. From your Celtic Cross specifically. Getting a little tired of seeing that combination. I really thought it was done for you. Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, the Hierophant, the Lovers. I see you trying to address them, actually. So yeah, that was right. How you feel about it, you actually feel very strongly towards them. I think you dropped in on them. I think you said something. Okay. It's your soul bond. You care about them. You have your reasons. But it seems like you were out there while you were living life. Okay. And then I see you directly address them. Queen of Swords. Clear up confusion. The Hierophant, the Lovers. We still feel strongly compelled to this person this day, and you've thought about it thoroughly. You have thoroughly canvassed this conversation in your head. You have thoroughly canvassed this connection in your head. And now I see you directly addressing them. You're saying this was a spiritually significant connection to me. I've done my best to work through it. Page of Swords. To consider. The Sun, Three of Cups, King of Pentacles. To consider. They watch you, yes. And what they don't say is that they would love to see you again. But you don't say. They don't say. I see you address them. You went out of your way to say hello, to check in, something. Goodwill. Page of Wands, bare minimum is goodwill energy. Goodwill and a hello. I don't know when you did this. You speak to them, your mind is clear. It's like you're my lover. My higher self is some way still attached to you. I think you and I are spiritually entwined or something like that. I don't know that you said all that, but you've thought about it like 100 times, more than that. And what they have to say is that I look at you. Your thoughts are so different. Look at that. You've mastered the subject of this connectivity, what it means to you spiritually. They're like, I look at you, all the time. And it would make me so happy to connect to you again. King of Pentacles, 3 Cups, the Sun. So consider that. Consider that. How bold and straightforward your mind is towards them. And how theirs isn't towards you. What we desire and what we're willing to do are 2 different things. Believe actions. Believe actions. You know. 8 of Cups is the outcome. Consider that. I mean, it's lovely. It is. It's simple too. The Sun, 3 Cups. I look at you all the time. I think about you all the time. I love to connect to you. The idea of it fills me with fucking joy. And I say nothing. And here you are, as bold as brass. I know you have shared your thoughts with this person. I know you have. 8 of Cups and the outcome. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, the Empress. And then you kind of go on about your life. Frustrated. But ultimately deciding that it's not worth it. And they're not worth it. And you're right. How do you trust someone who looks and does nothing? Who has desires and won't act on them? Plan for it. Give to it. What are you going to do with that? You can't. I know you know and have arrived to a very comfortable conclusion about the strength of this connection at the spiritual level. You seem to be very mentally comfortable with that. And I see that you went out of your way to check on them in a very good way. There was no maliciousness to it. No. Very straightforward to the point. They seem to be part of your community in the greater extent of things. It was easy enough to do. So to consider, you two are not the same. You're not the same. Okay? The strength of what you know versus what they feel and are willing to do are completely different. Okay? Someone who's willing to look and not touch or follow up with actions, it says a lot. It also tells you where you shouldn't be or you don't need to be. 8 of Cups. The communication to this day remains, or will be in future, remain blocked. The Empress, because it's saying it's just not worth it to me. It's anti-empowerment. I can speak for myself. I've made that clear. I've demonstrated that many times over. They cannot or will not. Okay. Will it be like this forever? I don't know. Is it like this for the immediate future? Yeah. There's something to consider. How much thought you've given this. And they're still kind of stuck on, I would love to connect with Scorpio, but I don't speak my intents or follow up on it. And, you just kind of walk away from the whole thing disgusted. I don't know what they're waiting for, honey. To evolve in this life or wait out till the next one. I have no idea. I don't know. I do know that you care about them. And I do know that you've toxicity bound to patterns. Okay. We're bound to patterns here that are not willing to change. Somebody is. The shadow side. Somebody will not release themselves from their shadow side. They're stuck in the moon. They're bound to it. The fears and the shadows. The incomplete self. Who we really are. What makes us who we really are. The things we do that are right and the things that we do that are wrong, and we repeat. We're not willing to look at our shadow side or get out of patterns. We have karmic lessons on both sides. They have lessons, so do you. They too had lessons on both sides. You know what you know. You know what you know. You two are each other's karmic lessons and or balances in some way. Okay? Yours is simple. You deserve more. Someone who can act, not just look and drool over you, but actually act in your best interest. And theirs too. Yours, to leave them alone, I guess. No, leave them alone. I don't think they'll ever be the forward person that you are desiring and that you deserve. Clearly, you're a forward person. You know your mind well. You know your life very well. You planned it. You should know your worth too. So I know that you were trying to be kind or something when you checked in, but they remain the same. Okay? So they will continue to give you the same results. That has not changed. Too afraid. You are each other's karmic lessons. But that also means you were theirs. They're looking at you because they're looking at what they can't have. That which would make them apparently phenomenally happy. They're not willing to change. Okay. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is one of the sadder ones. But I have to say, it also gives me a lot more to work with than what I've been saying for you. I really thought this combination of the Hierophant and Lovers had played out with your Celtic Cross this week. Apparently, no, there's a bit more. Okay. But I like how you checked in on them honestly, and you didn't expect anything emotionally. I'm glad you've already worked out in your head what they mean to you. They haven't changed. So let that be your final lesson with this person, and they still have yet so much more to learn. B-A-J-R-Y. Scorpio, I hope this helped you. I really do. I don't ever ask this, but please reassure your tarot reader today. Let me know if this helped you. Be a pal. You were right, though. Justified in moving on, walking and blocking the communication still or whatever. It hasn't changed. Make no mistake. Want, desire, attraction, these are all beautiful elements, but they mean nothing without the action to back it up. I see you are willing to address them head on. They're not. They still hide in the shadows. Then let them stay where they need to stay. If they ever get out of the shadows, that's on their time, on their dime, as I like to say. Okay? I hope this helped you. Like I said, take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me, Pisces. Okay, what is going on? The situation, the Empress. How do you feel about that? Two of Wands. Okay, to consider. Ten of Swords. Outcome is the Knight of Cups. All right. All right. It ain't over yet. It's not. It sometimes feels like it is, but it's not. The Empress, the situation, someone who's very important to you. The Emperor and Empress in tarot tend to be VIP persons. These are people we tend to listen to, or they have a lot of say in our lives. Okay. Now, obviously, I could say that's you. And it might be. I feel like this is an important person to you. How you feel about it, you're trying to talk to them. Two of Wands. I'm not saying you're responsible for the conversation. I'm saying that you are trying to talk to them. Okay. That's it. You're trying to be a person of presence. You're listening, and hopefully they are too. Okay. To consider, Ten of Swords. There are things to talk about, yes. There's a lot of pain here, and we're trying to sort it. Okay. We're trying to sort it, work through it. I see you on the other side. Knight of Cups, that is your particular court card. Okay. You are expressing yourself, or rather your heart. Okay. This looks like it's going to be one of those emotional but difficult conversations. This person's clearly important to you. And I'm sure you're an emperor and empress in your own right. But you're showing me focus on them. Okay? Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Knights of Pentacles. We're all about being friendly right now. We're trying to cooperate. Cooperation is the name of the game. I'm not saying your two's connection is friendship. It might be, as it resonates. But right now you're showing me cooperation, cooperation. And they're trying to. Good. Good. It's being returned. That's the whole thing, right? If we're going to do the hard work, if we're going to have those hard conversations, ideally someone's pitching it right back to you. Okay? So we're par for course. Equal for equal. You're both trying. Okay. Very good. Very good. They're returning it. Friendly, constructive, cooperative. That's the key word here. Two of Wands. I see you listening. Trying to keep the conversation open and friendly. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. A lot of that. Okay. Six of Pentacles. We can work this out. The Hermit, Knight of Wands. Okay, so now you're having rising enthusiasm. Now, I know it looks terribly practical and terribly boring. That's all right. Right now, we're trying to leave, I believe, our emotional desires out of this, whatever they are between the two of you. We're kind of putting that aside. And we're looking at this connection as its function. Cooperation, balance, healing. Okay? We're still generating some good here. We still have some good quality results, you and me. So let's keep talking. Let's keep working through this. Yeah. So this could be a working connection. However, I'm seeing a very private tone. Okay? But yeah, this is very much between these two people. And we're keeping it on the focus. This is what we can do. This is what we can manage. Practically speaking, this is how I can do something, and this is how you're doing something. And you see, even Stevens. But your energy is rising via enthusiasm. You're getting good results then. Okay? All right. We're working something out, guys. We're working something out. All right, to consider the Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot to discuss here in terms of pain and disappointment. All right. But you two so far are both going out of your way to not step on anybody's toes. Okay? Cooperation, cooperation, cooperation. Okay. Ten of Swords. Seven of Wands, caution, Queen of Wands, Page of Swords. Okay. Yeah, a little defensive, but we're keeping our eye out on the situation and enforcing standards and boundaries. We're trying to prevent any more damage from the Ten of Swords. So that's why we're being direct and cooperative. No more damage. Ten of Swords is no guarantee of an ending. I have to point this out. It's a common misconception with online tarot. Ten of Swords is pain, and it can be a precursor to ending. However, if you'll notice classically in the Ten of Swords, it is depicted here, the sunrise on the horizon. It hurts. That doesn't mean it's over. Now, people can live with pain, and I don't recommend that. Better an ending. And there's some people who can work through it. Okay? Now, what did I say? If two people want to put in the work, they will. That's it. That's what you're both doing. Cooperation. Fair is fair. Even Stevens. So yeah, caution, sure. Exercising boundaries, yes. And trying to keep an open mind. All right. But to consider, listen to each other carefully, that's all. And be mindful of expectations. Manage those expectations. Okay. Knight of Cups is your outcome. You. The Moon, you, like I said. The Hanged Man. Oh, indeed. You have a lot to think about. Okay. I didn't... Trust me, I saw the Pentacle, and I'm the first one to be like, okay, guys, this is a working connection. This is a business transaction. This is a partner. This is a contract. Okay. But there was a tone here that I knew was private. So on the outside, the external, okay, where people can interact with it, it's... We get along just fine. If we choose to work that way, we can make this work. You know, my time, energy, effort, resources, yours too. You put in the time and effort, me too. Okay, we can talk. And you're like, this is good, this is good, this is good. We're listening. Okay. We're hearing the realities. We're honoring the realities on both sides. Knight of Cups. Then you open up in a softer direction. The Moon, the Hanged Man, the Lovers. They've given you a lot to think about. A lot. And it touches you deeply on the inside. It almost like it carries you forward on a cloud. Some of it's cloud 9. Yeah. And some of it's a storm cloud. That's where the sadness was. But they've given you a lot to think about. You actually walk away from, I don't mean you're walking away from them. I'm saying you walk out of these conversations feeling, frankly, fucking amazing. Okay? They've given you a lot to think about. And the truth of what this connection really is revealed. I told you there was a private undertone. It's the Lovers. Okay? It influences you a great deal, which in turn means you influence them. You told me from the very beginning they were an important person. Okay? And they see you that way as well. But yeah, they've given you a lot to think about you. Trust me, you worked through the hard bits. But there was a lot of reflection on each other too. They give you a lot to work with when it comes to you and how they see you and how you can see yourself. It's good for you. Like I said, if two people want to work through something, they will. Okay. Yeah, you seem to be more open to this now. Yeah, a little bit more emotionally secure with it, feeling a little more comfortable with it, that you can be a little more vulnerable with it and get out of the pentacle rigidity of friends and honoring a certain boundary there and working together on something and being clear about our directives. And then your more emotional self comes forward. It's like you're drifting out on cloud 9. So this is who they really are to you, though. A strong connection. Okay? And like I said, they give you a lot to think about when it comes to you. And it makes you feel pretty darn good. Renewal, spark, crossroads. Some of you are at that crossroads right now of initiating the renewal or the spark. But yeah, we're at that crossroads right now. Two of Wands can absolutely represent the crossroads. Simple decision making, the kind that we make every day. That tells me it's happening. Oh, yeah. But we're at that crossroads. And decisions once more in the reverse and crossroads. You can decide up, down, left, right. You know, choices in all things. Yeah, there was a separation. Therefore, it's absolutely a choice on both sides. What do we think of this? It could go in either direction. We don't have to approach this. We can leave it alone. But it's a choice. Some of you have yet to enter that choice. I'm seeing you jump into it, but still, the decision lies with you. Okay? Okay. G, O, and R. We have the medallions of Libra and Virgo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. Okay, Pisces, honey, I hope this helps you. Good luck to you and this person. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me Cancer, please. The situation, the Hierophant, how you feel, Two of Swords, to consider, Queen of Swords, outcome is the Four of Wands. Weirdly came to mind was the idea of deal or no deal. Okay, is this a relationship? Is this a commitment? Yes or no? That's what you want to know. Your higher self is out and talking. Cancer. Let's talk about commitment. Okay, good, because I got questions. You said, how do you feel about commitment? I'm confused. I'm confused, Christina. I'm a confused Cancer. I don't know which way I'm going. Okay. Queen of Swords, that which to consider. Get focused. Get your mind in order. What? Yeah, well, you want to answer. Get your thoughts together. Come on, Cancer. Get your thoughts together. Get your focus in order. What is it you need to know? What? Honestly, you said you're confused. You don't know. So what is it that you need to know? Okay. Outcome, 4 of Wands, relationship. Are we committed? And if you already are in a relationship, am I going to remain committed to this? Are we committed to this? Or are you looking at something that perhaps it's time to take it to the next stage of commitment? I don't know, but let's get that answered, shall we? What's going on? The Hierophant. What's up? Let's see that Hierophant, please. The Hanged Man. 4 of Cups. 6 of Swords. So it's a question. It is indeed a question, and it's a hypothetical. Nothing's determined yet, but that's what you're trying to figure out. Is this a commitment or not? So you're already in one? Okay. That either applies to you or doesn't. Now, commitment does not have to mean marriage. For some of you, it does. For others of you, you understand you're in a commitment of some type with or without the paper. Okay? That's it. Full stop. Question is, do we continue on this way? The Hanged Man, 4 of Cups, 6 of Swords, because you're like, I got to tell you, I've been hanging out, looking at things, and I don't like where they stand. I'm unhappy a lot. And 6 of Swords, and you're like, Cancer, inside your kind of quieter self, you've been thinking about leaving. It's okay, we can talk here. Remember, it's in the realm of hypothetical. It's nothing you have taken action on, but it has crossed your mind in a serious way. In your spirit, too. So you leaving then is in direct contradiction to your core beliefs of commitment. What I committed to should not be easily undone. If I leave, I'm contradicting my sense of core beliefs, or am I? What does that mean? The commitment, the one that you're currently in, does it live up to its promise of commitment in and of itself? That's what we need to figure out. 2 of Swords. Two of Swords. The fact that you are this unhappy in an unchanged state suggests this is not what I signed up for. But this is where I'm at. Okay. So the commitment I'm in some way is failing me, or it feels that way. In which case, is it still on you to honor it? Oh yeah. You want to talk commitment? We can talk commitment. That subject runs very deep. Not to be taken lightly, as we know. The Fool, 8 of Wands, the Magician. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to ask for a new beginning. I don't know. You thought about leaving, and you have spiritually, bare minimum, thought about opening up to a new beginning. Asking for it specifically. Manifesting a new beginning for yourself, and you're uncertain. Is that the direction I want to head into? What do I do? Honor my spirit, honor the commitment. But is it honoring me? Is it always going to be like this? Yeah, we got to get clear, baby. Queen of Swords, that needs to happen bad. Advice, please, to Cancer. To consider. To consider. That which to consider, please, for Cancer. How to focus their thoughts. What should they focus on? The truth, the facts, logic, rationality, excuse me. Okay. I knew they were going to show me that. Ace of Swords. It's your truth. You got to figure it out. Double whammy. Page of Swords. Baby, it is on you. You're going to have to figure this out. You're not going to be given any quick fixes. Nor should you. Right? The subject matter is already quite heavy. Of course you did. It's Cancer. How do you know you're reading a Cancer? It's the heaviest subject matter you can get. And you're like, hey, I take offense to that. It's true, but I still take offense to it. Okay. Well, we're on the same page then. The Queen of Swords. You got hit with it. That's your focus. You got the double whammy, the double eye. You should have this already. Your intelligent self, your hardcore truth. The one that you cannot escape, the one that's forged in fire, your truth. The one that is not compromised. What do you know to be true? Your intuitive self. What you feel inside. What do you intuitively understand to be true? You speak unto that. These are all possibilities. I'm unhappy. This is a truth. It's a long-standing unhappiness too. This is a truth. We don't deny this. It's also true we haven't done anything. It's not an accusation, it's just a truth. You haven't done anything. It has not changed. Which means whatever it is you're in hasn't changed either. Okay? So do you even want it to change at this point? That's also a truth you need to look at. Intuitively, how do you feel about that? Well, if I'm not inclined to change, or redo this commitment, or rethink it, maybe that means I understand in some way they don't either. So what does that tell you? You see how it goes? Keep unraveling this thing. Because in here, between what you should know and what it is that you are feeling is your truth. And yeah, this is one of many possibilities. Maybe I have the will, the courage to summon a new beginning for myself, and I have the courage to speak the words unto the universe, Eight of Wands to the Magician. Do I dare ask for that? That would mean my release from this, my freedom. Do I do that? What do I do? Figure it out. And I don't mean that to be rude. I'm looking at you and I know you have the answer. Let's take a look at that Four of Wands. Tarot Lady can only tell you so much. At the end of the day, I'd turn this off. I forget I even read it. That's the truth. People don't seem to understand how much tarot I produce and have for years. I can't remember them all. So if you resonate with this, what you see today is only going to help you so far. You have to help you. You've got to figure this out. Thing is, you got the tools. You have an extraordinary amount of tools. Between what you know, what you feel, and your own spirit, you got the tools, baby. You know how to finish this job. Or keep it going. Four of Wands in the outcome. Ace of Wands. The Moon. Three of Pentacles. I think the only way you can conceivably see this relationship in future at any sort of hope is that of friendship, and that's what you need to work through. It is still in the shadows for you. That's what needs to receive your focus. That piece of information. If you have any hope for this relationship at all, for any sort of renewal energies, it would most likely be that of friendship. Come to terms with that. And you can either commit to a relationship that is friendly only, or you free yourself from this and you maintain a relationship with them as friends only. There's that piece you're looking for, the unspoken truth. This is most likely a friendship, not a commitment. So I either stick to that as my new truth, as commitment, and I accept it and swallow it and deal with it and say that's good enough, or I say I uncommit myself to a friendship. Okay, because that's not what I signed up for. We get along really well. Fantastic. But that's not the partnership I'm looking for. Okay? We got to come to terms with that. But that's the only energy I see for this relationship surviving is under its proper context of friendship. The commitment, what you do with it after that, falls into place when this is accepted on both sides. That requires confrontation. That can't stay there under the moon. Okay? But I maintain you have all the tools for the job. I really didn't tell you anything that you didn't already know somewhere down there. No, it remains a theory. Cinnababy. Cinnabon. Cinnababy, you want to come say hi to Cancer? She just went ripping through the... She has such a dramatic entrance. I'll tell you what. She doesn't just walk through her little door. She flies through it like, I'm here. And I love that. I absolutely, yeah. See what's born? You had an epiphany. There it is. It's not really an epiphany, honey. It's the moon. That means you had access to it. You just wanted to kind of ignore it. Okay. But still, insight is insight. I'll give you that. It really is a friendship, and it's not new. That's how I'm seeing it. That's the renewal, the refreshed energy of this so-called relationship, is to understand its true state, and that's friendship. Long-term partnership, as in terms of deep love and intimate passion, if that's what you want in your partnership, no. Come to terms with this, and then you have your answer about commitment, and you have your answer about manifestation. See the truth of this, everything else will fall into place. You'll know what to do next, okay? That's it. I had not bad for under 13 minutes. CLR, we have the medallion of Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini, Pisces. Humanity's very strong placements in your chart could be connected to the seasons, might be important to you. Guys, it either is yours or it's not. This Cancer very much wants an answer, but also at the same time had a lot of time to answer it for themselves. So it's like you're not too desperate for an answer either. Okay, you've had a lot of time to look at this. And I know what's going to happen, guys. I do readings like this all the time. And then that more cynical person says, what's the matter? Do you hate your Cancer? Guys, first of all, no. All the Cancers I've ever known are BFFs. Cancer and Scorpio just famously understand each other in a very friendly way. No, not at all. I want what's best for you, not what's bad for you. I want you to know you can triumph over this particular question. Absolutely. I insist you have the tools for the job. I want you to see yourself as empowered, not someone who's weakened and uncertain and insecure. You're not those things. You have all the answers right here. I want you to see yourself as having that answer, because you do. And then you will know what to do after that. Okay? I hope this helps you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.